Welcome back, Pause Menu Society. I am your one of your hosts, of course, Derek Daniel Ocean. With me is Big Money Sterl and Killer Kobe. Um, I don't really want to report on this. Jasmine is still part of the team. She's handling some she's handling some things right now. I will leave it up to her if she wants to disclose that when she rejoins us. But she is still very much part of the team, and she will be back. Amy is out taking care of family stuff today, so it's just the dude cast. Kobe is no camera today because the wife is actually using the webcam. So anyway, here we are. How was everybody's week?
Good, man. Can't complain. Working as usual, getting to it.
I hear you. I
A
hear
lot of
you. Okay,
editing
G
and
was up.
stuff. So yeah.
The road week for me, boy.
How long did it take you to get over that virus?
But I'm still coughing. My nose still running.
Yeah, my nose was still running up to like yesterday, bro. That motherfucking joint was crazy. Like it just take everything out of you, dog. Like just completely drains you. Like I don't know if I can't say never, but I can't remember in recent memory ever having a virus as bad as that one. It was something else, dog. It just
That
completely
mug came
fucking
out of
depleted.
nowhere.
Yeah, that's how it was with me. It just like I was perfectly fine. We had like a work outing or whatever. We just hanging out at the bar or whatever. Left and felt fine, and then started feeling weird a little later. Laid down for bed. Woke up at like 12:30. Just the chills, and the next morning just felt like absolute shit. Tried to power through. I ended up only staying at work half the day. And then I just knew Wednesday night that there was no way I was going to be able to work on Thursday. It just was not going to work. So I don't know, man. Here we are. Of course, Pause Menu Society. We are back. I just saw Super Mario Galaxy on Thursday, man. Chef's kiss. Let me say this. If you are a fan of Mario Brothers, which damn near anybody who's 30 or older that's ever picked up a controller, anybody at our age group, we all generally kind of like some of us were on Atari, but not heavy. But the Nintendo was where we for real got our start in our gaming journeys.
hmm
So most people have played Super Mario Brothers. Um, if you're a super duper Super Mario Brothers fan, this is a love letter to Mario and Nintendo fans. Just like the stuff I saw in there. Um, I don't want to spoil it, but there's some characters. Super Mario Brothers 2, right? Very interesting story. The version we got here in the US is not the real is not the across the board version of Mario 2. So what happened was they would send the games would be developed in Japan and then they would be sent here to the US for the testers to play them. And I think it was Howard, I can't remember his name. He used to wear the bow tie. He was in Nintendo Power and stuff. He was just like, this game is unbelievably hard. So they basically the version we got was another game in Japan, and they just took Mario and the other characters and inserted. It's called Doki Doki Panic, and they just inserted the other characters in Mario, Luigi, Toad, the princess, or whatever. That's why they're all playable because the other game has like 4 playable characters, so they had to add all of them. And then we finally got the Japanese version of Super Mario Brothers 2 when we got Mario All-Stars for the Super Nintendo and it had the lost levels. That's the Japanese version of Super Mario 2. There's some characters in Mario 2 um that are owned by Fuji Film. So like everybody's like, why are they not in Smash Brothers, this, that, and the third? And then it's like, oh, they're owned by Fuji Film. They are actually in the movie. Um it's I don't want to give too much away, but it's like I remember seeing one thing. I was like, "Oh shit!" And Kennedy's like, "What is that?" And I was like, I had to explain it to her. She's like, "I have no idea." I had to show her a picture. So that was in there. It was really really dope though. It's just a complete love letter to like super duper Nintendo fans. Super super nostalgic, and there's 2 post-credit scenes, and obviously there's going to be a third one. The movie, the franchise is a cash cow already, so there's going to be a third one. But if you're a Super Nintendo fan, a big Mario fan, you should definitely go out and see this movie. Support it. I think it made 100 million worldwide on opening day or something like that. So it's already doing pretty well. The Rotten Tomato score was not great, but the audience score was really high, which just proves this. You can continue to send people to review movies, but if they're not of the culture, they'll never understand it. Like All Eyes on Me, I don't think is a bad biopic, but they sent people from New York Times who are not really part of the culture to review the film. They're like, it's not a good movie. I'm like, that's the closest we've got to anybody like portraying Tupac. Like, remember they had fucking Anthony Mackie as Tupac. Yeah, like, so I just
Flex's Mike.
Oh my, Flex's Mike was fucking terrible, dog. I saw a YouTube video like a month and a half ago where he explained how that whole situation happened, and even he thought they were bugging. He was like, "Dog, like I don't care how you get the makeup, I'm not gonna look like Mike." But he needed the bread. I forgot he needed the bread for something, and that's why he did it, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's on YouTube. What's homie name? He's like the new Vlad, but he's real good. Art of Dialogue. It was on his channel, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Flex did look crazy in that wig though, and that
Flat app as Mike is crazy.
Like that was fucking crazy. Flex as Mike, Anthony Mackie as Pac in the big movie, Eminem as White Boy Rick in like the first episode of BMF. What's another bad portrayal? What's homie? No, what's homie name that was a Moesha that they made Puff in the TLC movie? Lamont Bentley. They had it was one scene. So the scene where this happened in real life, TLC didn't understand the business and they rushed up into Arista because Arista, if I'm not, Arista distributed LaFace and Puff was in there in real life, in there with Clive Davis, and so TLC rushed in there and they was like, "Sorry, Puff," and they was like, "Sorry, Tough," and they just started going nuts. So I was like, of all the people y'all got Lamont Bentley to play Puff. This is fucking insane, dog. Like, homie playing Big, I thought that was good casting. He played Big in the Big movie and the Pac movie. Derek Lucas Puff wasn't bad, but I've just seen like some terrible portrayals. I'm like, they don't necessarily have to look like the person. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck told you that, but if you're casting a film, the person should look somewhat like their real counterpart. Like that's fucking nuts. Who's my girl? Zoe Saldana as, I think it was Nina Simone. They gave her that big ass prosthetic nose. That shit looked insane. Jamie Foxx killed Ray. I can't really think of no other ones, but yeah, we need better casting directors. Like I can understand if they gave her. What's up?
True it is. Snoop said they wanted Nip to play him in the movie.
That wouldn't have been
NWA terrible. Movie they did.
That wouldn't have been terrible. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck. Lakeith Stanfield worked for that movie because it was early. It was like when Snoop met Dre, and at that point, Snoop didn't have the long hair, the braids, the fro, none of that stuff. So it did work. It did work. It wasn't terrible.
I think Nipsey hair was long as hell too. He just kept it in braids.
True, but you got to remember when Snoop very first, Austin Reeves diagnosed with grade 2 left oblique injury, is out for the remainder of the regular season. That's it. Lakers are done. When Snoop and Drake, yeah, if you remember the deep cover video, Snoop had like a little mini fro, so that was representative of Lakeith Stanfield when he portrayed Snoop in the movie. That was fine. I felt like they should have, if they were going to let Cube's son, in which they didn't just hand him, he had to audition for the role and read for it multiple times, but he played Cube. At that point, why not let Lil Easy take some acting classes if he's willing to? I think Lil Easy would have been good playing his pops. Maybe. I don't know. But I will say
Old boy played a good shit. Played the shit out of Easy though.
Jason Mitchell did do a great job as Easy. The further we've gone along, O'Shea Jr. is very, very fucking talented. Like what he did in the Obi-Wan show, and he did that one joint Ingrid Goes West. He's actually really, really dope as an actor. So shout out to him. I'm trying to think who else. The nigga that played Suge was decent. The nigga that played Dre in the Pac movie was terrible. Like that was fucking insane. What's some other bad portrayals and good portrayals? I can't think of nothing else off the top of my head. Lil Mama was good as Left Eye. Keke Palmer was a pretty good Chili. What's the old girl that played T-Boz? Drew Sidora, she did good. But Anthony Mackie as Pac was just all out, dude. Like the nigga say something for the camera. What's up, motherfucker? I'm Tupac. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, dog. Like that nigga. I remember the first time I saw him, he was in Leprechaun in the Hood. I'm like, who is this nigga? Then he showed up as Papa Doc in 8 Mile. And then when he showed up in the Pac in the big movie, I'm like, yeah, I could do without this. Who was my man? They had play Young 50. He was Young 50 in the 50 movie. They had that nigga play C's.
Yeah, that shit was wild because all I kept seeing was the Young 50.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that nigga, you remember that movie Losing Isaiah? It was the second time Halle Berry played a crackhead and she lost her son. Mm-hmm. That was him. I didn't find that out till like a year or two ago. That was him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was him. That's crazy as shit.
Getting Isaiah back or something like that, what it was called?
Losing Isaiah, yeah. The little boy was the dude that played Young 50 and Lil C's and all that stuff. Naturi Naughton did a good job as Kim, I felt she did a good job. Kim apparently didn't like the portrayal, but I don't know who else they could have got that would even look remotely close to Kim at that time. That is a good enough actress to pull it off. I thought she did good, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, she did decent. Kim just didn't like the role that they gave her of how she was acting and all of that.
But let's keep it a buck. That's what you were doing. Like, that's what you was doing. We've seen literal fucking camcorder footage of Kim standing next to Big at his truck talking to him, and his mom's being like, Christopher, who was this? And he was like, that's my artist. And she was like, you need to tell your artist to put some clothes on. That's how Kim was. Like, Kim, you may have forgot hardcore, but every red-blooded black male in America that was a teenager at that time ain't forgot that hardcore album poster with that thing sitting the way it was fucking sitting. So we're not going to do that.
Absolutely.
She did all right. She did all right. Shout out to Notori.
Forgot the pad, ain't it?
Yeah, Kim should have never got that plastic surgery, dog. That's like Kim was gorgeous. She should have never got that plastic surgery, man. The more I look, like, people can lie, them barbs, they can lie all they want. Nobody's photoshopping pictures of Nikki. She is looking bad at this point, bro. Like, that ass starting to sag, and yeah, it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap for Nikki. But anyway, man, we got some shit to get to. It's been quite the week. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry, record store. Where do y'all want to start? There's 2 big things we can start with. Actually, it's 3. We can start with the Wanya shit. We can start with Pooh Shiesty. We can start with Jaden Ivey. Where do y'all want to go first?
All are important. Just go ahead and get Brandy and Wanya out the way.
All right, so it's the first up here. Okay, so if you've been living under a rock, Brandy has a memoir coming out. Brandy's releasing a memoir. Already. Yeah, it's out, titled Phases, and reveals that she dated Boyz II Men singer Wanya Morris when she was 16 and he was 22, and losing her virginity. Now, I remember Wanya being around because we come up during that time. But once we found out that Kobe was taking Brandy to his prom, nobody really talked about Wanya no more. But there's something behind that. So, this is from TMZ. Brandy is finally confirming the old rumor that she dated Wanya Morris of Boyz II Men fame when she was just 16 years old and he was 22. The singer and actress admitted to the romance in her new memoir, Phases, revealing the pair started dating around 95, about a year after they met. Brandy says she admired Wanya, who served as her music mentor during the early days, but he says he quickly weaponized that admiration. Wanya called himself Brandy's boyfriend in private, she says, and though he wouldn't publicly state they were together. I'm going to pause real quick right there. The nigga was nasty for doing that, but he couldn't publicly come out and say that they were together. Like, he would have got crucified.
That's false, because they all got on.
It was a different time.
It was a different time, but just 4 or 5 years ago, they did a Breakfast Club interview.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay,
we'll get to that. Brandy says she was, quote, under the impression that we were madly in love, or at least what I believe to be love at 16. Brandy says when the two had sex for the first time, it wasn't about her at all. She says he was getting what he wanted from someone too young to recognize she was being used, adding his interest seemed to stem from her being conquerable. She says she initially wanted to wait to have sex until she was married, but she changed her mind because she believed that having sex with him would cement our bond. Brandy says she tricked herself into thinking the sex was her choice, but she feels she didn't really have one. The two planned to reveal their relationship once she turned 18, Brandy says, which would have made him 24. So then does it sound that bad at 24? Because if you look at it from that point of view, if she's 18 and he's 24, now I'm not saying the shit ain't nasty. Let me be clear about that.
Yeah, because there's still a word called grooming. So right. Yeah, that's definitely at that nasty. Point,
she would have been a college freshman and he would have been 2 years out, or maybe he's done with undergrad and possibly in grad school. So then people look at it a different way, I guess. But it's still nasty. I'm not saying it's not nasty. She says they split after she caught him fooling around with an assistant and he confessed multiple infidelities to her. Brandy says she knew that in that moment she had been played. Wanya has repeatedly denied claims the two dated before Brandy turned 18, asserting in 2021 on Instagram Live the two developed feelings for one another after she became a legal adult. At the time, he said, "There's no lie going on here. You can ask Brandy and she will tell you the same story." Seems there's a discrepancy in the timeline now. We've reached out to Wanya. So far, no word back. So the other part of this story, do y'all know who the third person was that was involved in this?
Of the story?
Of that there was a love triangle.
I didn't know that.
Y'all remember Adina Howard?
Yeah.
1995, Freak Like Me, the other joint. Remember, she got shelved after that. And she had a big year in 95. And everybody's like, where the fuck is Adina Howard? Adina Howard, going off the standard cycle, artists used to do at least 2 years between albums. Now, the big ones would be able to release an album every year because the label will want them to. But for Adina Howard, she should have came with another album in 97. I don't know when her next album came out. Let's just double check real quick. Adina Howard, 52 and still looks good. First album was Do You Want to Ride, 1995. Her second album didn't come out till 9 years later. The second come in 2004.
Damn.
Yeah. So what the deal is, apparently she got shelved because of Brandy. So, oh boy. So, okay, BET.com has a story. If you're a fan of 90s music, you know Adina Howard was the embodiment of sexuality, from Lil' Kim to Foxy Brown. The Freak Like Me singer was an influence on women who were beginning to open up about their sexuality and desires. Adina Howard definitely walked so Foxy and Kim could run afterwards. I will give her that. What happened to the rising star who could belt out explicit lyrics like a choir diva? Her mouth. During an episode of Unsung that focused on the career of the T-shirt singer, she said that she had a few choice words for her boss, Sylvia Rohn, a label executive at Atlantic Records. According to Adina, she began dating Wanya Morris, the lead singer of Boyz II Men, who happened to be in a relationship with the platinum singing label mate Brandy. Quote, the two young ladies, a lot of their egos get in the way, were kind of going through it about a guy, Adina recalls in that episode. When the tumultuous love affair reached the ears of Sylvia, she spoke with Adina and told her to focus more on her career and let the relationship with Wanya go. Now, they'd be like, why would you tell her that? Because Brandy was the bigger star. no shade to Adina Howard, but everybody kind of knew Brandy was on a path. Like, her trajectory was going up this way. Like, she went to prom with fucking Kobe, and Kobe was like the best player in high school. And it was like, why are we even talking about college? He's made for the league right now. So Adina Howard got pushed to the back. At the time, radio gossip queen Wendy Williams caught wind that there was a scandal between Adina, Brandy, and the cheating Wanya, and she gave Adina a call. Adina opened up. Sorry about that. Adina opened up like she normally would, said producer Billy Moss, except she had some choice words in there for Sylvia and for Brandy. That pissed Sylvia off. She was on fire. Roget Romain, owner of Mechadon Records, put it perfectly when he said, "You have two queens in one castle, and the one that writes the check is going to win." As the result, the release date for her second album was delayed indefinitely. Quote, "I said some very inappropriate about the head of the label, and she pulled up the emergency brake and shut everything down," Adina remembers, and rightfully so, because when you have the power to do that and you don't like what people are saying about you, yeah. So, flat out, that's what got Adina Howard shelved. Now, the fucked up part was everybody was making her sound like she was crazy when the nigga Wanya got caught up. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. He got caught up.
She caught him cheating with her.
And other
I didn't
people
know that she was the girl. But
yeah, she admitted that he apparently admitted that he fucked around with a bunch of different girls. But I remember the Adina Howard story sort of like, again, the internet back in 1995 is not the internet today. There was no such thing as a podcast. We didn't consume our music digitally. You went on like a web page, but mostly the first time I got on the internet with my friends, we were in like MTV chat rooms with people our age and trying to get girls to like give us their phone number and stuff like that. Like that was the internet. If this happens today, we find out like the Tory and Meg shit. They would have kept that shit under wraps in 1995. It wouldn't have come out this way. And Tory would have never went to jail. Despite whose side you're on, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have went down that way. A lot of other situations I'm trying to think of. UMG does not let Kendrick release Not Like Us in 1995. If Drake is the cash cow, which he still was at this in present day, but they would have never sanctioned that record. That record would have never come out. We'd have only heard about it like it would have been on like a Clue tape or like a K-Slate tape or something like that. And you'd have to heard from somebody who heard from their homeboy like, yo, it's a diss out there, da-da-da-da-da. That's how that would have happened. That wouldn't work. It like in 1995, it doesn't go that way. So I'm going to keep it a buck. It was crazy then. It's different now because we're after everything that's happened, you look around and be like, you're a grown man and you were dating a child. It's the same in 95. It's just our eyes are more open today. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it wasn't grown niggas that came and picked up the baddest chicks in our high school. That just was a thing. Like, or even in the R. Kelly documentary, when Honey Love was out, and was it Vibe? Was it Vibe or Honey Love that came first? Whichever one. He only had the one record out, and he was cruising around the high school picking up on chicks. They should have known something
Vibe.
then.
Vibe was the first.
And that was like 92. Like 91, 92. Yeah, y'all should have somebody should have stopped that nigga then. Somebody should have stopped him then. I remember around the same time this was going on, and the reason this probably got swept to the back was there was this girl at our school. Her name was Heather, and she was mixed. She was every bit of 5'11". I'm talking about we in 7th and 8th grade, and we had a play, and I remember it was like about gang violence, because I remember at the end of the play they played the Scarface song "Never Seen a Man Cry Till I Seen a Man Die," right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put a bandana around her head and put some lokes on her. Who does she immediately look like? Fucking Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
So then everybody's having a conversation. Oh, Aaliyah married to R. Kelly. I was like, where the fuck did you get this from? Like, because again, the internet was not that back then. But even then, we was like, nigga, R. Kelly like mad grown, Aaliyah like only a couple years older than we are. Like, what you mean Aaliyah married to R. Kelly? We all just thought it was one of those rumors that we couldn't really verify because there was no way to verify. All these years later, 2019, Surviving R. Kelly comes out like, oh, this nigga really was on nasty time. Like, the tape alone should have got rid of R. Kelly. That should have been the end of it. They let that nigga get in the studio. That nigga made Step in the Name of Love, and everybody turned their head like they ain't know what the fuck was going on. I'm just saying, and that's why niggas thought I was playing. When the documentary came out, I was like, look, none of this means, I was like, this is serious. But I'm going to tell you right now, y'all keep that nigga away from a studio, because if he gets near a studio and he make another one of them joints, everybody gonna turn their head like this. They gonna act like it never happened. Step in the Name of Love is a banger, but that don't mean we should have let that nigga get away with pissing on them kids, man. Wanya a nasty nigga. Now, to your point, the Breakfast Club interview. That was what, 2014, something like that, 2015? I think
it was more recent. I think it was like 2020, 2021. It was right.
No, it was before.
It was either right before the pandemic or right after.
Let's see. Boys to Men Breakfast Club. 5 months ago. Maybe it was very recent. This is crazy.
Yeah, it was right before the pandemic or right after.
So they must have recently just did it, because the one that where they talk about it, Angela Yee was still on the Breakfast Club, and she been gone a couple of years now.
So that's what I'm saying. It was right before the pandemic or right after.
So either way, it's alluded to, which it ain't the first time somebody been on the Breakfast Club. Like, remember when Fredro Starr was on there and Charlamagne was like, yeah, you was getting head from Brandy, and Fredro was like, nigga, I'll knock you out. And he was like, you said, he was like, I don't give a fuck what I said. So the Breakfast Club interview, I'm like, bro, there's a camera and there's microphones in front of you. And Wanya was just talking like he was like, yeah, we did the thing. He said we did the thing when she turned 18. I was like, my nigga.
No, when she turned 16.
16. He sure did say 16. Like, bro, do you not know that's illegal as fuck?
Well, so the way that people get around it, some states, legal consent is 16. But he literally said we was moving around, so it was several different
cities. Yeah, he was like, because he laughed about the shit. They was like, well, it depends on what state you're in. And he was like, we was moving around. It was several different states. And I'm like, I don't remember seeing the interview when it originally took place, but hearing it today, I'm like, this nigga is nuts.
And it wasn't just him. All of them niggas was making fun of that shit.
Sean Stockman. I think Mike might have been the only one that would nerd. Was that when they was on the outs with him?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how I know it's super recent. It was in the past 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, so they joking, and I'm like, even 4 to 5 years, 2019, we still aware that a 22-year-old man or woman should not be with a 16-year-old boy or girl. Like, we all are aware of this.
Niggas would have been in their late 40s at that time.
Them niggas, fuck, Brandy's only a couple years older than we are, so
them niggas would have been in their late 40s at that time. Them niggas crazy. In their 50s.
And I don't know who has kids in the group, but somebody got fucking kids. And if any of them had a daughter,
got kids in the industry. He got 4 sons that are actually in the industry that sing, and he got 2 daughters.
That's crazy. And Wanya, in no fucking way would Wanya let Chris Brown. Okay, even if Chris Brown was in his early 20s, well, maybe the fuck he would. I don't know, because the niggas seemed to think that was perfectly fine.
No, he wouldn't. We'd cut it out. He would not be on that.
Niggas bugging the fuck out. Just bugging the fuck out. Let's see. What else? I had some more on this, because this fucking was crazy. Okay, so this is what Brandy says in the book. Quote, the shame ends here. The silence ends here. I was not a fast girl with a crush. I was not a dramatic teenager who couldn't handle rejection. I was not an unstable, obsessive fan. I was a child, and he was an adult. And it's time the world understood the difference. Brandy writes about feeling taken advantage of by Wanya Morris, who was in his early 20s when he began dating her at 16. Brandy reflects on their late 90s relationship, revealing it began as secrecy, and they hid it from her parents and the public. Nigga, they damn near all hugged up.
I'm calling cap on
somebody's fucking lying. Because we seen Brandy and Ray J mama on For the Love of Ray J. And
she was their manager.
Thank you. She was not somebody's lying. You didn't hide nothing. Sonya and Big Ray just was like, the nigga got bread, I guess. Because somebody's lying, dog.
Had to be that.
She said, I was in over my head, sneaking around with Wanya, lying to my parents, had become a constant, she writes, explaining that they maintained the image of waiting until she turned 18 to avoid backlash. So the nigga knew he was on nasty time. As the relationship progressed, she recalls noticing troubling patterns, including him comparing her to other artists like Mariah Carey and becoming increasingly distant. These are things that hindsight you realize are wildly obvious signs of something wrong. The relationship ended after she discovered he had been unfaithful. Looking back, Brandy challenges how it has been framed over the years, stating plainly, I believe he took advantage. Damn, she also said she feels like she no longer had a right to continue living after the 2006 car accident that left one woman dead. You got to get off your high horse. You did kill that bitch. Like, I don't mean to be that guy, but you killed Shorty. Like, what are we doing?
But see, my thing is, I just don't understand. I understand it's your memoir, speak your truth. But if you felt like this, why put it in a book for sale 30 years later?
You should have been said something.
She should have been said something. But again, why do artists go out and do interviews after a certain amount of time? Because they got something to promote. I don't know if there's an album coming, but she should have been said something. She should have been said something.
It's the book.
Britney Spears did the same thing. We found out that she had a abortion, that like she swore up and down she was a virgin. Come to find out, Justin Timberlake got her pregnant, and he was like, "We can't have this baby." I read the book. He was like, "We can't have this baby," and they couldn't go to a regular doctor to get an abortion because the paparazzi would find out and shit. So they got the pill. She said he made her take the pill at their house, and she was on the bathroom floor in pain. And the nigga Justin, I swear to God, Justin went and got his guitar and sat next to her and started serenading her, bro. And I'm not trying to laugh, but the way, like, she killed JT in that book. There's one excerpt where she was like, Justin was trying to be black and he wasn't even hiding it. She was like, she was with him when he bought the iced out JT chain. She was like, he saw the rappers with their blinged out chains and he just had to have one. Then she said one day they were somewhere and Justin saw the nigga Genuine coming up. And what he called him, he said some shit like, "Oh, Genuine, my dog is off the easy," or some shit like that.
Get the fuck out of here.
She tore that nigga up. Then, bro, the shit is hilarious. Like, she said that she felt something was off, and then I think the nigga made her sign an NDA or something about they breakup or something. He was like, "We should break up," and she was like, "I don't get it." Then the nigga popped out with the album and was doing, like, before the album came out, I remember he did an interview with like Barbara Walters. It was him and his mom, and he made it seem like Britney broke up with him, and his mom was like, "He just came to our house and cried in my arms in our living room," and she was like, "How do you feel about Britney?" And she was like, "The girl grew up on my living room floor. I can never say anything bad, but my son was hurt." And I'm like, what kind of shit? She tore that nigga apart, and that I gotta find the excerpts because I have to read it to you. It's not, I can't even what I described. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that nigga said soft and easy for
the shit he said, I was crying. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, number one. So the eight biggest revelations for Britney Spears' memoir, The Woman in Me. She dated Justin from 1999 until 2002, having initially met his children while filming the Mickey Mouse Club, all new Mickey Mouse Club, I'm sorry. As a result, the couple's romance features heavily in The Woman in Me. Spears revealing that she had an abortion after falling pregnant with Timberlake's baby. As reported by People, Spears writes of her pregnancy, "It was a surprise, but for me, it wasn't a tragedy. I love Justin so much. I always expected us to have a family together one day. I don't think her parents would have been upset because her little sister got pregnant and they decided to keep it. Unfortunately, Timberlake allegedly wasn't happy about the pregnancy and was so sure that he didn't want to be a father. The abortion was carried out privately at home, with Spears taking little pills while Timberlake reportedly played guitar to soothe her. To this day, it's one of the most agonizing things I've ever experienced in my life. She writes a new memoir. Abortion was something I never could have imagined choosing for myself, but given the circumstances, that's what we did. 1 second. Number 2, Justin Timberlake allegedly cheated on her with another celebrity. In her memoir, Britney Spears, god damn, reportedly discusses infidelity that took place during her relationship with Justin Timberlake. Per Us Weekly, Spears alleges that Timberlake cheated on her more than once during their romance, pointing to an instance in which the sexy back singer was photographed with a member of the British pop group All Saints. Never heard of them. Spears also claims that Timberlake admitted to one of her backing dancers he'd hooked up with someone in Vegas. Why the fuck would you tell anybody that danced for her, dumbass nigga? For her part, Spears also reveals that she kissed someone else while dating Timberlake, discussing the tryst with the dancer Wade Robson, the dude that did the choreo that You Got Served. Mm-hmm. He was at the end with Lil' Kim. Spears states, we were out one night. We went to a Spanish bar. We danced and danced. I made out with him that night. According to the publication, Spears suggests she only kissed Robinson after finding out that Timberlake had slept with someone else and that the incident was her one exception. He broke up with her via text, and the woman, Britney Spears, confirms that Justin Timberlake broke up with her via text message. Spears recalls being devastated by the split, especially when it was followed up with Timberlake's provocative Cry Me a River music video. Describing the video, Spears writes, a woman who looks like me cheats on him and he wanders around sad in the rain, giving the impression that she was a harlot who had broken the heart of America's golden boy. However, the truth was far removed from the narrative being portrayed about their split by the media. Quote, I was comatose in Louisiana and he was happily running around Hollywood. They had a crib together. I do remember that.
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I got it off before you got it off.
Where's the genuine shit? That was the funniest part. Oh, I think I found it. Oh, she put 11 joints. I read the book like in 2024, so a lot of this is just coming back to me, but it was crazy. Justin and I lived together in Orlando. We shared a gorgeous, airy 2-story house with a tile roof and a swimming pool out back. Even though we were both working out a lot, we'd make time to be home together as often as we could. This is a good time in my life, blah, 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 blah. Faux shiz, that's what he said. Oh my God. They don't have somebody's Michelle Williams with an introduction. So they have the audio book version. No. We got a Justin Timberlake faux shiz. Genuine said he don't remember that. What the fuck bullshit? I gotta figure this is crazy.
That don't even sound like nothing Justin was saying. He came into the game with a certain.
I think he said the shit. I think he said it. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Nah, I ain't buying that shit.
Genuine finally addresses the viral part of Britney Spears' bombshell memoir, where she claimed her ex Justin Timberlake used a black scent when he first met the R&B star. Genuine says, I definitely heard about it. People were calling about that, but I can tell you I don't remember that happening. Where's this at? Spears described her then boyfriend's band NSYNC as white boys who love hip hop and hung out with black artists. The mom of two said that separated them from other bands such as the Backstreet Boys, which is true. Like when Nelly was at his peak, he was on the Girlfriend remix. She said, sometimes I thought they tried too hard to fit in. One day Jay and I were, this is where it is. One day when Jay and I were in New York going to parts of town I'd never been before. Walking our way was a guy with a huge blinged out medallion. He was flanked by 2 giant security guards. Jay got all excited and said so loud, oh yeah, faux shiz, genuine, what's up, homie?
That nigga ain't said no shit like that. Get the fuck out of here.
He said it. He
The
said
white
that.
boy that's the white boy that's saying lead on You're Gone ain't said no shit like that. I'm telling you that.
Nah, he ain't say that.
Y'all think not even one part of y'all think he said this?
Fuck nah. Not no faux shiz, and not no point in that nigga's life. I don't give a fuck if it was the early 2000s or not. He didn't say that shit.
Hey, hold on. Y'all remember Justin Timberlake had cornrows for a minute? Do y'all remember that? It's not that far-fetched. It's not.
Nigga, it ain't no. He couldn't even read a hip hop book and see no faux shiz or no shit like that.
Well, you gotta remember him and Britney are still together. They split in 2002, right? Snoop came with that faux shizzle shit in like 2000 or 2001. That shit could have happened. Sterl, don't do it. He said it.
I don't believe
that nigga ain't said that shit, man. Y'all gonna stop putting that shit on my nigga jacket like that.
Spears wrote that after the So Anxious crooner walked away, her assistant Felicia did an impersonation of Timberlake, and he wasn't even embarrassed. Oh my God. Yo. He just took it and looked at her like, okay, fuck you, Fee. She said, yo, that's crazy. Genuine is a wild boy. You know he said that shit, G. Oh my God. It's a Reddit thread. I can't believe. I don't remember that Genuine when asked. I just don't remember it, but I remember him being a cool dude and me kicking it down there in Florida with NSYNC's producer at one time. Somebody said, I bet he's trying to be careful with his words because he doesn't want the Britney mob to come after him. He says he would have remembered if it would have happened. I mean, yeah, I don't know, crazy. Man. This is crazy. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know how the fuck we got on Britney and Justin. But Wanya, you a nasty nigga. And you know you nasty because you turned off the comments on your Instagram. Like, nigga, you don't think that we were paying attention, Wanya, but we were fucking paying attention. You nasty nigga, you turned off them comments. You know what that means. You know what that means.
They had to reach out to his publicist when the book came out because it was going to be some shit about him. He knew this was coming. He trying to get ahead of it. And that's I mean, the 90s was a different time, obviously, but that's still
it was. And like I said, it was like, bro, Sunset Park. The nigga Shorty was breaking Shorty off bread. He went at homie with a pistol behind old girl, and she got up in the Jeep with the nigga with the dreads. And that nigga was way too grown to be hanging around that high school. Mm-hmm. And nobody even blinked when that happened in the movie because that did happen. The baddest girls in your school were dating niggas that were already out of school and probably in their 20s. There was a girl, Janae, I'll never forget. She got murdered my senior year. Her boyfriend was like 21. They were fucking. She ended up pregnant. She told him she was pregnant. He stabbed her, threw her out the car, drove away, came back, and then stabbed her body like nobody got to her body quick enough. He came back and stabbed her again. And then they found the body, and then he went to the police and admitted everything. I'll never forget that. It was fucking crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Shorty, but Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that was 90. It was 2000. It was 2009, 99 or 2000. I'm trying to see if I can find. Yeah, I remember like going to her wake and stuff. I remember very vividly going to her wake. But yeah, that nigga was definitely he wasn't in school with us. He was like 21 if I'm not mistaken. So again, like you said, it was the 90s and people looked at shit differently. But the nigga was too old to be with her. But that was like, them dope boys really got it off because they had a car and they had bread and they used to get the chicks' hair and nails done and stuff like that. Them dope boys really got it off. But this was not that uncommon in the 90s. That's not excusing it. Wanya is a nasty nigga. And the crazy part is that Breakfast Club interview, because them niggas sat up there and laughed about it. Because at this point, Brandy's in her 40s. They damn near 50. But them niggas sat up there and laughed about it. So Wanya's a nasty nigga, but also Sean Stockman got one of the best podcasts out right now. If you in the music podcast, if you in the R&B, that Sean Stockman podcast is fucking phenomenal. But somebody gonna have to ask that nigga some questions. That nigga Nate, he like him, the deep voice nigga Mike, who did nothing but talk on the records. Like, we gotta have questions for all y'all niggas because y'all knew too.
It's a fact. That's a fact. There's just a lot of, I don't know. There'd be a lot of hidden agendas with shit.
When they brought it up, the nigga Maul was like, nigga, her family probably was like, oh, he a good guy. He got 3 Grammys, this, that, and the third. Like, of the R&B singers back in that time, you had Jodeci, you had Drew Hill, you had, who else did we really have? Boys to Men.
At that time, when they first came out, Drew Hill wasn't even around. It was just them niggas and Jodeci for real.
Right. And when you put them side by side, Jodeci, them niggas look like some thugs.
Mm-hmm.
And them niggas from Boys to Men
come with cardigans and all that shit.
Yeah, they were looked at as the classy, debonair guys and shit as far as R&B went. That's how it went. So them niggas was looked at as classy. So I think a lot of people brushed that shit to the side, but they clearly knew. And if Sylvia Rhone told old girl, yeah, go ahead and forget about that, and get back to work. And then now Adina Howard shouldn't have went crazy on Sylvia Rhone, but that's, you never, like, motherfuckers knew not to trust Wendy Williams. I guess Adina Howard didn't get the memo. But yeah, man, it sucks, man. I feel bad for Adina Howard because she got caught up in some bullshit, but it is what it is, man. But speaking of some bullshit, Pooh motherfucking Shiesty. Now this nigga just got out in December.
Yep.
Fucking crazy. Now I'm hearing conflicting reports. Apparently this shit took place a minute ago and it's just now coming out.
That's false. No, this happened just a few days ago.
Okay.
Or just yesterday or whatever the case. Yesterday or the day before. One of the two.
Okay, so Thursday, April 2nd, news broke that Pooh, his father, Big 30, and 6 other men have been charged with robbing and kidnapping 3 men, one of whom is reported to be Gucci Mane. It has been confirmed it was Gucci, but it's not listed by legal name in documents. During a business meeting in Dallas that turned violent back in January. Oh, so they're saying, this is Double XL saying it did happen in January. But I guess the information is just coming out.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
During the meeting, Pooh allegedly produced an assault rifle and demanded that Gucci, who was listed as RD in the indictment, Radrick Davis, sign a contract release form while members of Pooh's entourage robbed Gucci and his team. On Thursday afternoon, the indictment was unsealed, which provides more specifics about what authorities say happened. Here are some of the new details revealed in the indictment. When Gucci Mane and his team arrived at the studio, Pooh asked to speak with Gucci privately in a separate recording room. Pooh then produced a contract release form and demanded that Gucci sign it. When Guwap refused, an argument ensued. Pooh then told Big 30 to grab a bag from which Pooh retrieved an AK-style rifle. I heard it was an AK-style handgun. Pointed at Gucci.
Yeah, it was a Draco.
Draco, yeah. Pointing it at Gucci, prompting Gucci to comply. One of Pooh's co-conspirators pulled out a cell phone and recorded Gucci signing the release form at gunpoint while being forced to say he released Pooh from his contract. Stupid niggas. Afterward, Pooh robbed Gucci Mane of his wedding ring, watch, earrings, and cash. Members of Gucci's crew were blocked from leaving the studio they were in and robbed of their valuables, which included a 1017 necklace. A man identified as MM was choked to the point of nearly losing consciousness during the robbery. At one point, Gucci Mane was pushed onto a couch, causing the victims to believe they were going to be executed. Pooh pointed the. Here's my thing, real quick, before I finish this. Do these niggas not know that most studios have cameras?
Well, not only just that, 2 of Gucci's bodyguards was off-duty security.
Off-duty policemen.
I mean, so policemen, that's what I mean. So if you wasn't going to kill him, what did you think was going to happen when you let him go?
Gucci could adhere to the street code. Those off-duty cops are not adhering to the street code. But there's more. And once I get to this last part, we're going to really understand how shit like this happens. Pooh pointed the barrel of the gun at the back of the man identified as BP's head and ordered Gucci and crew to leave. Gucci Mane and other victims identified Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 to the authorities, with Pooh being described as wearing a black Nike brand, quote, Shiesty master in the robbery. Pooh Shiesty and his co-defendants are facing up to life in prison if guilty. They have some of the documents from the indictment approximately... Oh, so it did happen in January. This is from the indictment. Because it's unsealed. Approximately 1 p.m. on January 10th, 2026, the victims flew into Dallas, Texas, alongside RD's head of security, hereinafter referred to as CW. Other security officers hereinafter referred to as TD, for a scheduled business meeting between RD and suspect Williams Jr. Williams Jr. is hip-hop artist known as Pooh Shiesty, has been signed to a recording contract for RD, aka Gucci's label 1017, since approximately 2021. RD and Williams Jr. were scheduled to meet because Williams Jr. was upset with the terms of his contract and wished to be released from his contractual obligations. Williams Jr. had asked RD to come to Dallas on this day so they could meet about business. Approximately 1:45, CW, TD, and the victims arrived at the scheduled meeting location, the recording studio located within a larger office building. These niggas in an office building? You niggas was praying to go to jail. Yeah, so it did happen in January. RD told Williams they... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, finish.
RD told Williams Jr. they could reschedule their studio session, but Williams Jr. requested to speak with RD privately in the attached recording room. RD agreed and entered the recording room with Williams Jr., Williams Sr., and Wright. Meanwhile, MM and BP remained in the control room with the 6 other individuals and continued to watch the football game. BP offered to share the liquor they purchased with the target suspects. At least 2 accepted grabbing the red cups and making a drink. Inside the control room, Williams Jr. produced purported contract termination or release paperwork from a bag and told RD to sign. When RD declined, Williams Jr. became agitated and the pair started to argue. MM and BP could be seen inside the recording studio and initially believed RD and Williams Jr. to be discussing business, but as MM saw the conversation intensifying, he texted CW, who was still in the music studio's lobby. As the argument inside the recording room ensued, Williams Jr. instructed Wright to get his bag. Wright complied, leaving the recording room before returning with the bag. Williams Jr. then pulled out what appeared to be a black AK-style pistol from the bag and pointed it at RD, demanding again that RD sign the contractual release paperwork. Yeah, this is crazy. They're never getting out for this.
Well, no, there's going to be several people that get out. They're going to tell. And they're going to put it all on Shiesty and his father.
Well, so this is where it gets interesting. He came in, black pants. They got the picture from the camera of him, in front of Gucci. This is where shit gets crazy. So Pooh's mom went on, I guess his IG Live. I don't know. Pooh Shiesty's mom went live revealing the reason her son robbed Gucci Mane and kidnapped him was because he owes Pooh over $25 million from his music while he was locked up and didn't want to pay him or release him from his contract. She said, quote, "I raised a real slime. You know the Memphis motherfuckers, my son don't play." I watched the video. She drunk as fuck with a bottle of Cristal, or it may be Ace of Spades. I don't know. A bottle in her hand, talking about I raised the real slime. And his daddy is in the picture. You seen the picture with him and his daddy doing like this. Like, the whole family is fucking crash outs. If your moms is saying I raised the real slime, I know what cloth you're cut from. Point blank period.
Clearly. But my thing is, like, if you're a criminal, cool.
Which they are.
I'm in my 40s, though that shit is well past me now. But at some point, you gotta think. You got to be one of the stupidest motherfuckers in the world You drove 6 hours to a meeting
Cross
to rob
state
some
lines.
motherfuckers, and you got an ankle monitor on.
Fuck that. Did you see the video when he was on the stream with old boy and on the phone with his fucking PO?
That
he
was
like,
yeah,
no,
Ben
I'm
the
at
Don.
home. That motherfucker. Sidebar real quick. I don't listen to Jay-Z because his music too old. These streamers usually be kids in their 20s. Come to find out, Ben the Don is fucking 38.
Yeah, he be hanging with Drake and all of them. He only did that shit
nigga,
because he's Drake's partner. That's all that is. That was just a shot from Drake.
Clown. That nigga's a clown. All them niggas are clowns. But anyway, yeah, like I remember my brother being on house arrest, and we had the joint that was connected to the phone. It was like a box and this, that, and the third. And this is 95, 96, 97. But nigga, it is the 2020s, and technology has advanced greatly. They can pull up a screen and see your, I'm at home. They see your ass on Wilshire and whatever fucking street y'all turned on. Oh, you at home? You ain't just make a right on Wilshire? Like, nigga, you have to be really fucking stupid. Really fucking stupid.
And they let him get away with that because he doing this. And you had that ankle monitor on and went like, if you was going to go do that and do the robbery, you knew it was going to turn up, you shouldn't even have been there. You should have sent him.
Bam. So then another picture surfaced on Twitter around the same time I see this video. Oh, this video of him and his mama. It's a picture of him when he was like 12 years old. The nigga had an ankle monitor then. Pooh Shiesty has been a fucking moron his entire life. His entire life. Murder for hire. Now, if they'd have went down there and robbed him and then one of them and got in custody and then was like, somebody was going to give him up, probably. So he was going to get caught regardless. Same thing. Dirk wasn't there when the shit actually went down. But Dirk paid for the flights, the rental cars, and the hotels for niggas to go carry out, certain situations. And that's what Dirk is facing time for. It is murder for hire. The minute they used your account to do anything or you use your account to fund this, you're liable too. So I see what you're saying. And you're right. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there. But somebody was going to dime his ass out regardless. But at the end of the day, the nigga just got out what, in December?
Yeah, that was it. December.
You did this shit the top January 10th. Nigga, some people hadn't taken their Christmas trees down when you did this shit. You did, nigga, we 10 days into the new year. And you just got out in December? You know what that tells me about niggas like that? You can't function in the real world. You the nigga that you.
Well, you don't know. He'd have been in jail. He'd have been in jail a couple times or whatever the case may be. But motherfuckers is too into. I'm living my raps. I got to live my raps. Now you're gonna live the rest of your days behind bars
in jail.
Something like that.
Gucci caught a body on self-defense. I think Cassidy body was self-defense too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just catching bodies for the sake of catching bodies, so you can finish the third verse of this record. You enjoy the rest of your life behind the bars because that's the life you chose for yourself. Just like that nigga, the nigga that killed Dolph. They just sentence him like a week or two ago or something like that.
Yeah, but it's much more behind that. That's inner beef as well. That's obviously
true.
CMG / paper route beef. So that's the whole city of Memphis is just in shambles at this point.
I mean, I get it. If Gucci said he was gonna put you on and he put you on, and you an upcoming rapper, niggas do want to be signed. But you've got to be wary of signing to other artists. You just have to.
Well, not only just that. How many times
has it worked out?
It's worked out a lot.
Like let's think of the times it has worked out. Okay.
Meek and Ross. Drake and Wayne. And the whole Nicki situation with Wayne. Then you got just even the CMG. All of them little young motherfuckers that got put on. Glorilla. It works. Only
there are
certain
times
people
where it does work,
for.
and then there are times where it hasn't worked. And I'm off the top of my head, I can't think of any. But there are some situations where it just did not work the fuck
The
out.
whole T.I. camp, none of them really panned out.
It worked out. Not a single one. Not a
None
single
of them
one.
really panned out.
It's
a lot of people that just
but she's more successful for modeling or whatever the fuck she's doing now. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you really, I guess you just really have to live get a lawyer, my nigga. That's the crazy thing.
That's the key word, because my thing is, you doing all this and you don't even know the business. Even though he signed that paper,
you signed it under duress. It doesn't matter.
It still has to go through lawyers. This is a business. This is the music business. The lawyers still have to sign off on this. He even told him during the robbery, you know, this is not how this works, right? I'm signing this, but you're still going to be signing me. All of this, it has to go through lawyers. And he told him, shut the fuck up if I kill you.
Okay, stupid nigga. Easy, that Dre getting released, all them, when Suge went to Easy to get all them released from their ruthless contracts. The shit happened, and Easy promptly contacted the right people and was like, they made me sign this contract under duress. So for all that shit Suge thought he accomplished, Easy still got paid off the Chronic. Easy got paid off of Dre for a couple years before he died. You can't make somebody sign a contract under duress. It's null and void. But again, at the end of the day, get a fucking lawyer, my nigga. I'm not saying everybody got to call up to Rock Nation like, let me talk to Hove. I need Hove to help me out. That's not going to happen for everybody. But I'm sure, not even if Hove, I'm sure you might have been like, I can't really help you, but here's the name of some people who can. It's 21 Savage. I'm not a fan, but he was at, when Math and it was in the first barbershop and they asked him, like, you know, would you spend your money on? He was like, Jay-Z told me get a chef, a lawyer, and I think the third was an accountant or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, you just got out, my nigga. You just got out.
And the funny thing is, you did all of this. Your fans are still going to pump up all your old music, and Gucci's still going to get paid off of all of it while you lock the fuck up.
Still going to fucking get paid.
So,
still going to get paid.
Yeah.
Now you look stupid, and you're going to be back behind bars for your natural life. Because you're the author of the plan. There's like, this is fucking crazy.
It don't matter if you wasn't. It don't matter if you wasn't. You're the face. So when they throw 15 to 20 years at Junebug and he write the statement, his shit gonna get dropped to 5.
Junebug ratting.
So
Junebug gonna sing like Aretha in that motherfucker.
Absolutely. So
what'd you say?
It's
bro?
already wrote.
Bro, that bitch so fast. The damn pen gonna be.
And then to make it worse, the chain that they popped, them niggas, like every other idiot, got on IG Live with the chain. Yeah, we just robbed a couple of niggas, this, that, and the third. This just why, like, that, like, I guess you got, like, I get it. You wanted to be signed. Glow wanted to be signed. Homeboy and Glow made that viral hit. Next thing you know, here come CMG. I don't think niggas understand. You need, like, if you want to take it to the next level, yeah, maybe find a label. But also, if you got viral joints, if you got a viral joint and you really think you can make another one, test the waters first. At least test the waters. At least give yourself enough of a runway to say, when they come knocking, I've done all this by myself. I hear you.
Easier said than done.
I hear you, but at the same time, like Gucci said it. Perfect example. Gucci said on the Breakfast Club, the major had to pitch themselves to me. Look at what I did without you. Y'all need me more than I need you.
That's in 2020. That's 2004 when that
was like 2000. No, it was 2000. Well, when that interview was done, fuck, Gucci got out. It was after he got out. No, was it before he went in? I think it was the same interview when he said that Angela Yee was on him or whatever.
Yeah, but that was when he got about out. 10 years beforehand when he got signed. My thing is now, you need so much more money and so much more marketing to do that shit independently. I mean, let's be real. Glorilla for a fact. when she made that first record, look at how she looked compared to what she looked
huge
like now.
Difference.
Total
I'm talking
difference.
about you can tell she went and you can tell one of the first things they did was put her in with a dentist. Like skin routine, all that stuff. Glow, like the true glow up. The true glow up, right?
You gotta have a bag for that true glow up. You can't just, as an independent, it's just hard.
I get it. It's super hard. But like this is the risk you run when you sign that deal, and especially if not now that I know what I know about his parents. Gucci said we gonna give you X amount of dollars, and his family was like, "Sign, we up." Anybody else? It's a reason Cube was the first one to leave NWA. It's a reason because Cube had a mother and a father in the house who were hardworking people, and they just wouldn't know dummies. And Cube wasn't a fucking dummy. Cube looked up like, and the people think that's just some lines in the movie. No, nigga, we eating Fat Burger and he eating steak and lobster. There's a difference. Dre like, nah. Nigga, you're producing all of this. Do you know how much money you're losing out on? Like, are you crazy?
Yeah. I mean, my thing is, after a book is a book, and our track record is a track record. You in 2026 or in the past couple of years, and you still signing fucked up contracts, you just want to be in that position at that point.
They're just looking at what they get now. So
at the end of the day,
they gonna give you some bands, and they gonna take it and put a chain around your neck, and you gonna think you up. And then because they show the video, all this shit starts flooding the timeline now. Gucci bought that man a slime green Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, nice vehicle and all, but that's how you keep a nigga stupid. All them years, like them niggas came out and said it. I forgot who said it first. It was Turk. When Turk got out and he started doing the podcast circuit. And they was like, how did y'all not know? He was like, we was young little niggas and we didn't know no better. He was like, every time we asked anything about money, baby gave us a Rolex. Baby gave us a chain. And he put pussy in front of us. And he put enough money in our pocket to go to the mall. And when you young, because fuck, Wayne was what, 12 when he got with Baby and them?
Yeah.
Turk wasn't much older. Them niggas was mad young. All you needed was a watch, a chain, some money, and some pussy in your face. And you would look up and just look the other way on a lot of that shit too. Then the documentary came out. Wayne is arguably the biggest rapper. Like, Hove is still Hove. But this is where Wayne is starting to really become the dude. The Dedication series is out. The Carter 3 is coming. What happened? We saw the matter of fact, the Carter 3 came out. What did Baby do? Instead of Wayne getting his check, Wayne walk off the tour bus. Fucking Phantom right there. Who that for? Why that motherfucker got a big red bow on it? Oh, that's for you. Damn, well, thanks, Pops. Nigga like me, like, this is nice. How much of how much does this count against my budget? Is this recoupable? Where is my money?
Yep.
Niggas need to learn to audit the labels. Then we start to find out later on. Your man writes the book. He starts doing the podcast circuit. Well, what happened with the money, cash money, this, that, and the third? Jay Prince said, he was like, truthfully, I think they spent the money. Because Jay Prince and his son was owed millions for Drake. Because he brought the nigga Drake to Wayne. And the deal was the son was supposed to have a percentage too. And when like he looked up and he didn't get his money, so he went to Jay Prince like, yo, Pop, I'm not getting my bread. Jay Prince had some niggas look into it. And they was like, well, what happened? He was like, truthfully, I think they spent the money. And when you look at how Baby was flossing all in front of TV cameras, this, that, and the third, them niggas spent that money. He felt like he ain't owe nobody nothing.
Didn't Ross diss him for that?
Ross said he found out them Rolexes was fake and all that shit. Ross, like, everybody tore them niggas apart. And like the funniest shit, I'll never forget when Wayne tweeted my album not coming out because Cash Money's not releasing it and they owe me money. That nigga Pusha T was like, not once did I lie to y'all. Not once did I tell a lie. I told you. And then what the nigga say? The last one to find out that Baby owned the cars. Baby owned them niggas' whole lives. Wayne was young. Wayne was the youngest, and he didn't peep it. It was a reason Juvie left. Turk was in jail and didn't know any better. It was a reason BG left. Pooh looked at everything he saw. Them niggas got, that nigga Gucci got diamonds. That nigga Gucci got the wave. Gucci that nigga. I signed the Gucci. I'ma be that nigga. My parents are fucking morons. They running around, they acting like I'm acting, and they my motherfucking parents. Then I see how his mama was dressed. She had the extra long ponytail. Her titties was out. I'm like, you was a hot 14, 15 when you had him easily. Y'all motherfuckers grew up together. You don't know any more than he does.
Yep.
But Pooh Shiesty is a grown-ass man. He made this decision on his own. His parents some fuckheads, but I'm not putting that on his parents because his funky-ass daddy was there when the shit went down, and he was part of it. He did this shit on his own, dog. I don't feel bad for the nigga.
I don't either. I didn't particularly listen to the music. No way.
It was music.
At the end of the day, I don't want to see no black man locked up, but you got to do what you got to do, my brother.
Me neither. But I start to look around. And I'm like, some of you niggas do need to be in the cage because y'all can't act right out here. Y'all can't act right.
You know you can't get niggas money anyway.
You can. It's just got to be the right niggas. You have to, like, that nigga Drake drives me crazy with, but that nigga, here's the thing. That nigga bought Rolex for his whole crew, took his crew around the world, but that nigga also put money aside, enough that where he could buy that house and be comfortable, enough where he could build that house in Toronto and be comfortable, enough where he could open other businesses, open a studio, that partnership with the Raptors. That nigga got paid for that. He didn't do that off the strength.
Oh, yeah, no, he was an ambassador. That was a position. Yeah.
You look at Kendrick, when they was like, what is Kendrick spending his money on? He ain't got no chains. He just started rocking a chain. That nigga Kendrick took his money and bought real estate. The nigga Nip put the money back in the hood. Nip sold them CDs at what, $100 a pop? Hove bought 100 of them shits?
Mm-hmm. And motherfuckers told him he was out his mind for that.
Told him $100. Ain't nobody buying that shit. The crazy part was he charged $100 for it and then put it on that piff for free. For free. And niggas still bought it. Ho say, this nigga's on to something. Give me 100 of them shits. And matter of fact, where the merch at? Let me get some merch. No, we gonna send you some merch. No. I want to pay for it. Even Cam and Mace. That nigga Cam would sell they put Cam face on toilet paper and he sold it.
Yeah.
And then you look at niggas like Jewels did a bunch of fuck shit with his money. Jim, the fake Louis Vuitton. And Jim made some money. Not heard of shit on Jim. Look at niggas like Mano and just like, I'm not a huge Megan Thee Stallion fan, but Meg found the right area. She might not ever have to rap again. But she got a Maybelline contract. She got fucking Dunkin' Donuts.
She doing what old comedian I did.
That nigga. We never heard that nigga again after they see me rolling, riding dirty. Yeah. That nigga invested in tech.
Let's keep it real though. She's one Rock Nation publicist away from losing all that shit too. Let's keep it a beam. So
they all want out away from losing it if they don't play the game right. At some point, though, you have to understand this shit is a business. The fucked up Pooh Shiesty is a moron. What nigga goes to a sneaker store to cop sneakers and robs and shoots the nigga?
The same nigga that goes into a strip club, drops money, somebody picks it up, and you shoot the whole strip club up.
You thought the nigga robbed him, so you shot the club up. He lucky he only got the time he got. They supposed to send that nigga away for way longer.
The feds picked this up. He's going for the long haul.
He's done. Yeah, he's done.
He'll be out there for a lot of years.
So
I'm predicting 30 years off the rip. What y'all say?
25 to life.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
They're gonna slam dunk him. You got to think the feds is coming off losing and looking real stupid on the Thug trial. They're gonna slam dunk him.
Trial. They lost the Murder Inc. case. They can't afford to. They like the Rocky trial wasn't a fair case, but like hip hop is making the authorities look kind of stupid. Rocky fired a gun into L.A. and still walked. You know what I'm saying? They gonna make an example out of Pooh Shiesty. It's a rap, dog. Yeah. They gonna make an example out of him and Dirk. Dirk is not getting out.
No, Dirk is about Dirk's lawyer. They actually flipping it. Don't be surprised if Dirk don't get off. Mark my words.
That's fucking crazy. Don't
be surprised.
I don't know. Another nigga in pistols and whatnot, man. Your man Jayceon Taylor from Bompton, California. The game reveals he shot someone who tried to kill him last night. This was on Thursday. So apparently this took place Wednesday. Quote, to the niggas that shot at my truck, I hope your homie bleed out on the way to the hospital, bitch. What's up with this nigga, man? I feel him, but I'm just not in a rush to go to the internet and let niggas know I shot somebody last night.
I'm not doing that either. I feel you on that.
I just like we already said. Cassidy, self-defense. Gucci, self-defense. Niggas do have to pull out. I'm sure it's other
baby,
rappers.
Lil Baby or whatever. No, the Baby, self-defense.
The Baby, self-defense. Yeah, the fuck, Ghostface Killer, self-defense. But, nigga, you ran to the internet. I just, like, it's... Somebody say, I don't believe... So somebody says, I don't believe nothing this nigga say. Nigga talking about GTA. Somebody else said, I couldn't imagine shooting a nigga and the first thing I do is come to the internet and announce it. Somebody else just, he lying flat out. Imagine posting this on the internet for clout. Yeah, look, man. I love game, but how does that nigga now?
Approval. Like they're looking for approval from somebody.
He's still looking to get hot, but it's like, you got great music out, nigga.
Right.
You got great music out. Now, it's not promoted for real. That's an issue. Because that mixtape and then the deluxe of that mixtape is fucking crazy. But you don't see no promotion on it unless you listen to a hip-hop podcast.
Yeah, he's 46.
I was just searching for it. Okay, so, yeah. What are you doing, bro? Like, his oldest son, he's at the point now where he could end up being somebody's grandfather, like, within a year's time. 9 months' time. What you doing, dog? Like, what are you doing? And because this game, these people ain't wrong. He lying. This nigga lying. He's lying. Like, Game the only nigga I know. You ever see that picture of him and Pac?
No.
You ain't ever seen it?
No.
So, it's a picture of Game and Pac. The only problem is, for Game to have met Pac died in 96. If Game is 46, he's 2 years old. He's 3 years older than me, right? If I'm 14 when Pac got killed, Game was at best 17. It's his current face. So somebody was like, "This nigga's lying." I'm thinking, yo, it's just somebody else saying Game lying. They found the original picture. It's Pac with a Hispanic dude. Game had some nigga take his head and put it on the Hispanic dude fucking body.
See, that's weirdo activity to me. Like, I don't be understanding shit like that. Like,
so what? This is why I'm dead. Y'all really never saw that picture?
Fuck no.
Hold on, bro. I gotta find that joint. I'm not joking. It's real. It's real as fuck. Oh my god. Oh, it's a Reddit thread. Oh my god. The game discusses Photoshop Tupac picture. Oh my god. Gibbs posted a pic of him next to his Tesla and captured something like Gunna was photoshopping Tupac. But wait, what? Where's that picture at? When I saw, and this is like I saw it like in a year ago, and I'm like, this can't be fucking for real. Yeah, here it is. He posted it on his fucking IG.
Crazy, man.
Well, no, okay, it is a picture of him. So he was young in the picture. I will say that. But my nigga, that's a whole other dude. This is crazy. This nigga is crazy for this. Hold on, bro. Let me put this joint in the chat. Game of funny nigga, man. Just rap, bro. Just fucking rap. Like, you don't have to do all the extra shit. Remember when he
unfortunately, unfortunately, that just ain't enough no more.
And that's the sad part, dog. That's really the sad part. Like, we got to a point where why will it not? Okay, so it won't let me put the picture in the joint. I'm gonna put it in the fucking in the group text. We got to a point where the music is not enough anymore, and it might be time for social media to like for real like wind down. Like somebody Instagram Plus is coming, so they're gonna start charging people for like more shit on Instagram. It's only so long before the other social media sites. Twitter's already charging motherfuckers to be able to edit your tweet, for more characters, to upload video and all that stuff. It's only so long before the rest of them start to charge for shit. We might be at the point where it is time for social media to really like, this is probably enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is fucking crazy, dog. Where the music don't even work anymore. You got to do shit for clout. Why are we here?
Yeah, the marketing is over the music because there's so much with the streaming era, and it's all this content.
Yeah,
nobody has the mental capacity to sit there for over 30 seconds and actually digest something. You got to catch somebody's attention with the fuckery, damn near.
When the most successful rapper of the last 15 years started doing streams for his album last year, I was like, Drake either really like feels he's down bad, or we really in the era where everybody feels like they have to create content. But this is crazy. See, y'all see it in the group chat?
Look at this nigga, man.
You see what I'm saying?
The outfit the nigga wearing is even a Mexican outfit. Like, come the fuck on, dog.
This dude, man.
This
like,
shit
what
is
are we
wild.
doing, bro? You see what I'm saying?
What's wrong with this dude, man?
Game was fucking nuts for that, dog. Like, what are we fucking doing here? Then he posted the shit. Rip to one of the realest niggas to ever do it. Ain't no me without you in the game. The effect you had on the world will forever be appreciated. Your music, your words, your love, your encouragement, your existence in a world full of misguided youth will never be forgotten. I'm a better person, poet, friend, and father because of the lessons learned through your music. Your mind was one pure. Oh my God.
If the Mexican dude's still alive, I'll sue the shit out that nigga. Fuck you, just gonna take my head off my body. Right. Niggas is weird.
Bro, that's the craziest shit. Remember when Game first came out? Remember we was riding for that album for a minute. And then he did a feature for somebody. Yeah, and then he just kept, I'll never forget, you was like, if this nigga name drop one more album, more artists, I'm not fucking with the next album.
Yeah, bro, that shit is just, I mean, that nigga can rap. That nigga's a top tier rapper.
He really can.
It ain't too many niggas that want to go at the game. But when he get in album mode and that nigga just get the naming 150 dead motherfuckers, that's lazy ass right, bro. Come the fuck on, dog.
I was with Diddy with Melissa Ford and this was
God damn, nigga.
I was up at Def Jam when Ja Rule said you were not there, nigga. Stop, man. Bro. Remember when Nip got killed and then Game first record after that, he was rapping and using Nipsey flow, and I was like, everybody's like, yo, nigga, like, do you understand that we know who you jacked that from? Like, what are you doing, bro?
That nigga's, I don't
Game.
know, is it?
Game. And he got some joints. I listened to the Red album like a week or two ago. I listened to Doctor's Advocate. He got some shit. But the funny thing, I was just gonna say, you don't need to do this because you got fire music. But to your point, I get it. Content is key right now. But Game was doing nutball shit before content was a thing. And that's my problem.
And that's why he was selling like that. Yeah.
That nigga's nuts, man.
That nigga's wild. Like,
Game is a nutty dude, bro. Shout out to Game, you fucking crazy ass nigga, you. Real quick before we get into the last big story. So finally, maybe the world is healing, I don't know. Netflix is reportedly removing the household sharing ban after a 15% drop in global subscribers. They get it. Someone said they need to fire that CEO, bans account sharing, and then after seeing how terrible their numbers are, increases pricing. Continues to increase pricing despite claiming they only care about viewership metrics. 2 years later, capitulates after doing so much damage to the subscriber base / business model they've likely prematurely boxed themselves into cutting prices to stop the bleeding. Netflix removing password sharing after losing 15% of subscribers is like restaurants raising prices after half the customers left. They really tried to fix the problem by creating a bigger one, the comeback of the piracy era incoming. I think that a lot of people some people still pirate content. The Pirate Bay was like the place to get, like, you could get albums there, movies, video games, all that shit. I'm not gonna hold you. One day I went to the Pirate Bay and they had a federal block on that motherfucker. I was like, nope, not today.
This shit right off my computer.
Hey, bro, deleted that shit out of my favorites so fucking fast. I'm talking about, I was like, maybe I should reset the factory settings and restart this profile, because ain't no way I wanted to get caught on that shit. But I see why piracy is coming back. This shit is crazy. It's like, kudos to Netflix for dropping that stupid ban. But I don't think everybody's gonna follow suit. Remember, Hulu did it after Netflix. Disney Plus did it. Yeah. Who else put that ban on? Paramount was talking about doing it. It's like everybody's doing this shit. Like, this is the hole we created for ourselves. 10, 12 years ago, everybody's like, you don't need cable, cut the cord, we can stream everything. Everybody had the little black box and all that shit. We get everything for free. We get the fight for free. We get this, that. Then the fight crashing and shit like that. I'll never forget Jesse and Dominique had that fight party. We had to try like 18 different streams to get that shit to work correctly. I'm talking about, they were halfway through the first round before we found a good one.
That shit is tough. But I mean, at the end of the day, whoever has the power is going to be the monopoly. If you go back to cable, they're going to go back to busting our ass and this and that. If you do streaming,
essentially, if you want to watch Star Wars, or you want to watch the Avengers, or every Marvel film, you got to have Disney Plus, and I think they went up to like $10 or $11, right? Yeah. If you a WWE fan and you got to watch Monday Night Raw, you have to have Netflix, right? If you want to watch WWE pay-per-views, you got to have that ESPN shit that's $30 a month. So right there, we're at what? 10, 40, that's like, it's, so we at like $60, $70, right? Just off those three. Then let's say you really like Landman. Landman's on Paramount Plus. Throw another 10 on that. Like, it shows on Apple TV Plus. Throw another 10 on. Before you get, like, when you want Amazon Prime, now Amazon is now charging you extra money to stream in 4K. This shit is insane. By the time you get done, you're paying a cable bill and then some, just to watch the shit you want to watch. HBO Max, Power, because Stars, so you got to have Power. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you got this, I got this. Let me get your password, you get my password. And them niggas is like, nah, we not doing that.
No, what motherfuckers is going to do is, at the end of the day, my show is only on at a certain time. At a certain time in the season. So I'm going to cut this bitch off and not have it. And when you put my shit on, I'm gonna pay for it to come back on, watch my shit, and turn it back off. You ain't gonna fuck me. I'm gonna figure out a way.
This shit is crazy, man. I think a lot of people did.
When that Mortal Kombat movie came out, I bought it for that month.
Yeah,
turn that right back off.
This shit is just, it's restless, dog. Like the internet is a great invention, right? It's made the world smaller. It's helped us tap into all types of different things. It's helped us do this. You know what I'm saying? We all in different fucking states recording this podcast. You know what I'm saying? The internet has made all of this possible. However, there's also the bad side of the internet. Motherfuckers finding out information about you, about your personal life, and all that shit at the drop of a dime. Like, there's no for real safety. I haven't been on Facebook in years, but the last time I was on there, that shit wasn't safe, dog. None of that shit was safe. Like, you got people using, like, the White House account using, you know, pop stars' music and then being like, you take this down right now or my attorneys will contact you with the cease and desist. This shit has got real fucking crazy. We in the wild, wild west days of the internet. And there's got to be something. There's got to be regulation. But if nothing else, this streaming shit has got to be, we got to get this under control. Because this is fucking insane. And they know they fucked up because they started partnering. Apple partnered with, I think it's Peacock. There's an Apple and Peacock bundle and shit like that. And like
just
Paramount,
like Hulu is Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN.
Well, that's because Disney acquired Fox. So Hulu was a Fox property, so they got that in the acquisition. But you're right, it's the same fucking thing. They're all partnering up because, oh well, we can give you this bundle. It's like, I hear you, my nigga, but like, we got to get this in check. We got to get this in check. This is where the regulatory boards are supposed to come in, the FCC and stuff like that, and put this shit in check. But they're not doing that because of all the bullshit that's going on with the government and the fucking idiot running the country and stuff like that.
They probably sliding them a check.
And they probably are, because Trump helped facilitate. Remember, Netflix put big money on the table for Warner Brothers. And again, at that amount of money, it has to be ratified by a regulatory board, which would be the Federal Trade Commission here in the U.S. Trump knows the people. He's in good with the people that are in charge of Paramount Plus. And he was like, you say the word, I'll make that go away, and I'll help you out. And Paramount came with a really substantial offer. But the Netflix offer was much more, and I think like 80% of it was cash. And I was like, how the fuck did we get here? And they were like, you know, Trump pulled that card. He fucked with the people over at Paramount heavy, so they called in that favor, and now they got Warner Brothers. This shit is crazy, man.
I don't even know nobody that got Paramount Plus.
I got it.
Because I watch NBA for every fucking thing, and now they got NBA games on there. So,
and they have, you got to remember, Paramount is your CBS. So if you like during football season, if you're a fan of a team in the AFC, that's a game that's going to be on Paramount. If you want to watch a Chiefs game or something like that, if they not like the game of the week or something like that, if you a Jets fan, God forbid, if you want to watch your Jets, you got to, like, if you don't have traditional television and you got to have a streamer, you got to go through Paramount to watch the CBS games, which is the AFC games. So it's all just a crazy clusterfuck, man.
School that NFL network.
But that Sunday ticket, remember, it was pricey when it was with DirecTV. How much is that shit now on the YouTube TV?
$300-something.
Yeah, it's $300.
It's fucking crazy, dog. It's
yep. So that's what I'm saying. With that, I still got it. But even just like even with the NBA, I got the NBA package. But now certain games are still licensed to
different streamers.
Paramount, Amazon. Yeah. Like I was just literally watching San Antonio versus Denver. They're fighting for seed. Go to NBA TV. You go to the League Pass. You got to watch it on Amazon. I was just literally watching.
That's fucking crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm paying for a subscription and can't even get all the games because it's licensed over here.
Well, the NBA did that when they put those rights up for bidding. Whenever the leagues put up their media rights, it's like, okay, now it's about to be a clusterfuck. So, the NBA's back on NBC. Cool. Now the NBA's on Peacock, but it's also on Amazon. You got the NBA TV, and people like the NBA is suffering. It's suffering because we gotta get online to figure out where we can watch our favorite teams. This is fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous. There's no reason the NFL should be running a game on every Thursday night from week 1 till the end of the season. That shit is absolutely insane. Just because you wanted to get more money from Amazon Prime. Now Netflix gets a game. Netflix gets a Thanksgiving game, and they get a Christmas game. I know Charles Barkley was right. Who the fuck is the NFL to come in here and do this? Thanksgiving belonged to them, and Christmas belonged to us. Now they decide they want everything?
Yeah.
This shit is it's insane. This shit is absolutely insane, dog. I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. I'm so fucking over this. It's ridiculous. The shit ESPN pulled with that fucking, as long as I can remember coming up, if you wanted to watch SEC football on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, you turn to CBS. Now the SEC is on fucking ESPN.
And then every time you turn around, whatever streaming, if you got YouTube TV, they want to shut off ESPN because they in fucking negotiations. It's like, what the fuck am I paying y'all for? Because you talking about, well, ESPN wants more money. Okay, well, either pay them or figure it the fuck out.
Because Disney wants more money.
And then that shit $30 a pop, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah. To get and that's the package you need. I promise you, I think WrestleMania is next weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
This will be the first time in since before my daughter was born that I will miss a WrestleMania. This shit is insane, bro. And I don't want to pay $30 just for one weekend.
Just to watch the game. You gotta fucking you gotta have the highest package, the bundle package, to even watch the game that they stream. That you can't get that with just getting the regular package. You gotta bundle all three. I ain't watched shit on Hulu ever. I got it.
The NFL
I still watch Shoresy on there. It's a couple joints I watch on there, but they did that show about the did you watch the joint, the Clipper shit where they had Al Bundy as Donald Sterling? You ain't watch that?
Mm-mm.
That shit is hilarious. You gotta watch that. You ever seen joints? It's like the FX used to do the shows. The same people that produced the People versus O.J. Simpson, where Cuba was O.J. So they produced that Clipper shit. Then they did one about Aaron Hernandez ass too. So them shits is on Hulu.
I did see that one.
Okay, so yeah, they got the one about the Clippers too. So them shits is on Hulu. Yeah, I'm fucking over this, dog. This shit is insane. It's gonna so the Final Four starts. Actually, we might be tipping off the first game right now. Let's see. Yeah, it is starting right now. We at a point, this might be, I don't know when their contract is up. We gonna look up. We've always watched the Final Four in the national championship game on CBS. We gonna look up, and that shit's gonna be on a streaming site.
Mm-hmm. Who playing right now?
Illinois and UConn. Illinois is up by 1. It's 22-21. It's on commercial break. I don't know. Since we talking ball, let's go ahead and get to our last story.
All right.
Internal issues leading to Jaden Ivey's exit from the Chicago Bulls. So this one hurts because as a Bulls fan, but Jaden Ivey didn't bring much to the table for us anyway because he was always fucking hurt. So the backstory on this is Jaden Ivey went live on Instagram talking about he didn't like how the NBA is pushing LGBTQ plus and pride in the fans' faces. So I want to preface by this. Pride Month is June, number one. By the time that happens, you're in the NBA Finals. The Bulls were not going to be there. But they do have pride celebrations throughout the years. A couple years back, so the NHL also does a pride celebration where they'll make a standard white jersey of every team's home jersey. And the logo, like I'm wearing a Bruins jersey right now, right? So the logo will be in rainbow, for pride. I can't remember who the player was. He wasn't anybody, you know, huge. Like he wasn't a one of the Hughes brothers or Patty Kane or nobody huge. He might have been Russian if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. So they don't actually play the game in those jerseys. They just wear them during the skate before the game. So the guy did not come out for the warm-up skate. And when they asked, he said, I'm not going to wear that because I don't believe in that. Essentially, he didn't believe in, you know, he's one of those people. Mm-hmm. So Jaden Ivey went on this tirade on Instagram about how essentially the Cliff's Notes versions, a man should not be with another man, a woman should not be with another woman, this, that, and the third. This is what he called it, blasphemy and all types of stuff. He then got on a plane. The nigga went live again. You can hear the stewardess giving the instructions and giving the flight directions. Put your phone in airplane mode, this, that, and the third. This fool is still in his seat. By the time he landed, the Bulls had released him. So, more shit came out behind this. Jaden Ivey, quote, destroyed the locker room sanctuary. Constant preaching made players uncomfortable. Religious rhetoric pressed upon teammates daily. Told players who was righteous and unrighteous. Let me tell you something right now before I get to the rest. If I'm putting on my compression shorts and my socks and a nigga going around the locker room saying you're righteous and you're not righteous, he's lucky I don't knock that nigga clean the fuck out. You will be in your locker permanently, brother. They gonna have to come get you out to take you to the hospital. Bulls reportedly viewed the behavior as weirdness in the workplace. Also, in the pregame and postgame pressers, he would be talking to the media, and they would go to ask him a question, and he would ask them if they've had premarital sex.
What?
Yes, the nigga like yo. So you had 7 and you had 7 points, and you were really nice on the boards tonight. You had a couple of steals. You really contributed to the team's defense. Y'all were able to get out and run. You know, how do you feel about that? What part of your game did you elevate tonight to get to that point? I'm gonna answer your question. Are you having premarital sex? They say the nigga was doing that. To your teammates is one thing. To fucking reporters is insane. Jaden Ivey lost his motherfucking mind.
Way out of line.
Here's my thing. I know so many gay people, it doesn't faze me. We had gay friends growing up. We knew. The very first time I met you know who, I was like, I'm pretty sure. And then the crazy part was, it's just like, yo, we homies. Y'all can come out. We know. And then eventually they came out. And it changed nothing about the friendship. Them still the homies. Them still our niggas. I saw T one day. I'm going down Lindbergh when my parents still lived over there. And I'm like, God, that look like T. And I was like, I pulled over. I'm like, where you going? He was like, to the bus. I'm like, you need a ride? He was like, nah, bro, I'm good, but thanks. All right, my nigga, I'll see you later. If we see either one of them right now, daps, handshakes, and hugs, what you been up to, nigga? You right. Crazy. You better stay your ass out them streets. That's just like, everybody knows somebody that's gay, whether they've come out to you or not. Everybody has somebody in their family that is gay. Everybody works with somebody that's gay. I don't know why we're playing this game in 2026. So now the nigga's mad because he went nuts. The Bulls cut him. His own wife won't even respond to his text now. And he want to blame the Chicago Bulls for that.
You know, you fucked the bag up, brother. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lot less than just, it's a lot more to just, he's spitting his rhetoric. He actually has mental issues, and it doesn't seem like nobody's really
wants to
put
address
forth the effort to actually address the real issue.
Well, so many players in other leagues reached out like, "No, I'm supporting Jaden. He's not wrong. Y'all been trying to get this off, and y'all putting it all in our face and putting it in our kids' face and stuff. And Jaden's not wrong. This, that, and the third. Play that game if you want to. All right." Jaden Ivey was not lighting up the fucking scoreboard nor filling up the stat sheet before he got hurt. It was a reason the Pistons moved on from Jaden Ivey. finding out that truthfully this is it, because he didn't have any straight crazy injuries that you can't rehab and come back from, but he was often hurt. But I feel like this was going on in Detroit, and that was the start of it. And the Pistons knew, like they say, when the Warriors won that first title, and I was like, I remember tweeting, somebody needs to congratulate Mark Jackson because this is his team. Steve Kerr didn't have to do anything but come sitting in that chair. And we know Steve Kerr didn't do anything spectacular because when Steve Kerr was out, Luke Walton was the coach of that team. That's how Luke Walton got the Lakers job.
Mm-hmm.
That Mark Jackson built that. Mark Jackson is responsible for that team's success. All those years, we didn't know what was going on. So Andre Iguodala went to the Breakfast Club and gave that interview. And they said that Mark was in there holding Bible study on the road in hotels and stuff like that, and like preaching to the players. And that's why they got rid of Mark Jackson. It wasn't because he couldn't coach. It's because he brought the Bible into the locker room, and the Warriors didn't.
It ain't even just that. He made that comment about homosexuality, or
he did,
or something like that effect as well. That's what really got him fired.
And you can't do that in California. If there's one place you
not
don't,
in San Francisco.
God, definitely not in San Francisco. Jaden Ivey is probably never going to play in the NBA again.
No, it's over with.
I think he's overseas if he plays again. What he needs to focus on. What'd you say? He going over with J. Cole.
That nigga.
Cole side with a team called the Monkeys. Like, hey, my boy, you've got to know better than
nigga. You want to hoop too bad for me. Like,
that's the thing about Cole, man. That's just what, like, that shit that happened. I don't care. Cole, like, the thing that got me though the most about that Cole situation was he said he didn't sleep well after it. And I, like, because he took the song off of streaming platforms, I hadn't heard it since it first came out. And I went back and read the lyrics, and I was like, he didn't really bar that nigga Kendrick down. He just kind of tapped him on the chin a little bit. It was just like, you, my man, let's spar a little bit. Drake and Kendrick tried to kill each other. It's way different than what Cole did. But the part that got me was, he said, I haven't been sleeping well. Was that the last record that was mixed before you put that project out? That's the only way it makes sense, because if it didn't sit right in your heart when you pressed upload to Apple and Spotify and whatever the fuck, did it not sit, like, from the time you recorded the record and it was mixed, how much time was there before the project came out? That's my question.
Stop the cap. You didn't feel well because you found out the heat wave that was coming and you wanted to duck that smoke.
Okay, so the rumor was that Schoolboy Q was at Dreamville Fest, and he saw Cole backstage and was like, hey, you might want to get out the way because this nigga's not playing with y'all. So this rumor has existed for 2 years. Cole was either, I think it was the Carmel, the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. In one of those interviews, he said that never took place. He said Q wasn't even there. So he had no idea Euphoria, Not Like Us, and all that was coming. I don't know.
At the end of the day, if we all believe, and they both said it was true, that Drake and Kendrick had a conversation on how far that they wanted to take this,
I don't believe that.
I believe that 100%.
You know why I don't believe that? Because them niggas genuinely, I'm not picking up the phone for a nigga I don't like. Them niggas genuinely do not like each other. And that's because Drake misunderstood the situation. And that's all it was. I go back to it all the time when people are like, well, you don't feel no way. I was like, when they asked Wale, he had the perfect response. How did you feel about Kendrick mentioning your name? He was like, it didn't bother me at all. They was like, why? And he was like, I'd have been more upset if he didn't mention my name, because that meant that he didn't hold me in high enough regard to even put me in. Like, all he said was, I got love for y'all niggas, but I'm trying to be the best out here. And I'll take out any one of y'all niggas to do it. And any nigga that steps in the booth, any nigga that steps in the booth is supposed to, any nigga that steps on the court, any nigga that steps on a football field, a baseball diamond, a slab of ice to play ice hockey. You can have friends, but I still want to be the best. And if you're in the way, my nigga, I gotta go over you. That's what friendly competition is. That's what friendly competition is. Drake and fucking who's my nigga? The pro-black that loves the whites. Who was the nigga? You know the nigga. The pro-black that loves the whites. I should. Yeah, the nigga that put out all African mixtapes, the Allah, the Muslim joints, and managed by Rory, which is even crazier. What's my nigga name? He was with Erykah Badu. He did the album back in like at the beginning of the pandemic, and Hove is like on the whole album.
Oh, yeah. Pan African. What is that? I can't stand that nigga either. Damn,
what is that nigga name?
He on tour right now. He on tour with Stove God Cooks too.
Is he?
Yep.
What is that nigga name? Rock Nation artist, because it's gonna drive me crazy if I can't think of who the fuck he is. This is gonna drive me crazy.
I'm gonna tell you in 2 seconds.
It ain't Benny the Butcher, is it?
No. Damn, he's not listed here. Jay Electronica. Motherfucking Jay Electronica. Him and Drake were the only ones that took offense to that verse. But the thing is, Jay Electronica immediately took the control beat and then dissed Kendrick back over the shit. I'd have felt better if Drake would have just dissed the nigga at that point. Then he was like, well, there was no malice because I saw him right after that and it was all daps and handshakes. Well, nigga, why are we taking it this far? I don't believe them niggas talked at all. I don't believe
like he said they did.
Yeah. I didn't hear that from either one of them. You gonna have to send me the link to them or them because he like I never pieced it up. That shit don't sit well with me. Before I take a truce, I take him to hell with me. Like he put money on that nigga's head in the hood. He like the same shit he tried to do to Pusha T. He put money out there for dirt on Kendrick. And he was like, now, what if a nigga in the hood would have really needed that bread and took out me or one of my family members? I don't think them niggas talked. Because at the same time, if you sitting here making tracks to troll niggas, tell me, say he likes little girls, and then a nigga hit you with you a pedophile, a PDF. I'm sorry for they try to flag us. You a PDF. No, this nigga, he went too far. You said I beat up my woman. What are you talking about?
That's a fact.
I heard now that they did talk, and one on one Kendrick want to throw hands with the man.
I heard that. I heard Kendrick offered Drake the fade, and Drake was like, "Ain't nobody boxing." I heard that, but I've also heard the rumor that they talked, and I don't buy that. I just don't buy that.
But then
I think they talked about how did you want to keep it, or are we going to keep it rap, or is it gonna, or are we gonna, or is there no rules? Are the gloves coming off? And Drake supposedly said we're going to keep it just regular rap. He came out there and he said something about that man beating up his woman, and then Kendrick took the gloves off. And that was it.
So Jason Martin was on that podcast and he flat out said they was listening to the joints as they came. And when he mentioned Whitney, the nigga, when Family Matters came out, because remember, the nigga, he posted that picture, it was from Ren and Stimpy, where the nigga was looking at the button, and the nigga Maul even posted the same picture. He kept calling it the red button. That nigga Jason Martin said they was listening to Family Matters. He said this shit about Whitney. The nigga Kendrick texted him and was like, the nigga went too far. And he said he was like, nigga, I'm not gonna lie, I went to the bathroom to take a shit, and I was in there for like 10 or 15 minutes. He was like, I came out and motherfucking Meet the Grams was out. So the shit he did, matter of fact, they say Euphoria was really like, they say it's a version of Euphoria that's like 16 to 20 minutes or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was basically broken down into sections to like 2-3 different parts.
Yeah, and then the nigga Daylight said, I forgot what record it was. The nigga Daylight say it was 2 a.m. and this nigga FaceTime me from somebody's phone. The Daylight said he answered, and then Kendrick was just like this.
There's a smiler looking crazy.
And he said the nigga hung up, and then he went and blazed that nigga the fuck down. I think like people, I keep having this argument with people, and they're never gonna stand it, so I'm just gonna stop. We can't keep, they're like, Drake's still better at rapping. No, he's not. He really isn't. And I would have given him that. I would have said it's close. But when all them, like, one reference is one thing, nigga. When you count them shits up, it's an album's worth of reference tracks that have leaked, which tells me there's more than motherfuckers somewhere that we just haven't heard yet. That's number one. So you got an album worth of reference tracks. Now we found out we know you ain't writing this shit. Then we start doing some more digging. Your nigga Hush basically wrote the first couple of albums. Like, he has writer credits. Hush is on like 50% of Take Care. And we know The Weeknd gave you records for the album too. What work have you really done? Will Drake still out streaming Kendrick, so Drake's the better one? No, nigga. We cannot equate that to being the better artist. Because if that was the case, the niggas would say, back in 91, 92, niggas would have been like, MC Hammer's the greatest rapper that ever lived. Because you couldn't go nowhere without hearing You Can't Touch This. And then when Too Legit to Quit came out,
it was over.
That's what I'm saying. Like, niggas got to stop. He's outstreaming him. That means nothing, nigga. It's a lot of niggas that made way more bread than other niggas in the NBA and the NFL, but they couldn't hold them niggas jockstrap. Let's call it what the fuck it is. That's not how it works. We're not equating like the ability to rap to fucking streams. That's just not how it fucking works. And in my belief, Drake is the best entertainer, Kendrick is the best artist, and Cole will wrap circles around both of them niggas if he really wants to.
I can ride with that.
Because the one thing that nigga Jermaine Cole does is rap. That nigga can rap and rap and rap and rap.
For days.
For fucking days. Niggas might not like Cole because he bowed out of that beef and shit, but a nigga saying that J. Cole can't rap is the most disingenuous shit I've ever heard. Especially when niggas listen to Central C and Yeet. I don't want to hear nothing from a nigga that's got any Central C in their phone. Period. No, I don't think them niggas spoke. I think it was, by that time, I can believe Drake might have reached out. I don't think they directly spoke. And the reason I do believe Drake might have reached out is because Cole said that he wanted Kendrick for first person shooter first. Then he wanted all three of them. But he said Kendrick people got contacted before Cole got contacted for that song. So I guess over time, Drake was like, I don't care about this shit. Let me see if I can get the nigga on the record. And Kendrick was like, no, I'm not jacking that.
No, it wasn't the fact that he wasn't jacking it. He said,
we need to have
we got to have a conversation.
Have a conversation. We can't just act like that shit didn't happen. If we can have a conversation as men, then yeah, we can do the record. Now, the crazy part, in hindsight, if you're Drake and 2 years later, you done filed an appeal and you look back and say, if all I had to do was have a conversation, maybe I'm not here.
Absolutely.
Hindsight is a motherfucker. Hindsight is a motherfucker.
So I think what it is, he got, because what was his last album that came out before All the Dogs?
Her Loss, the joint with 21 Savage. And that album, it's not a terrible album. Drake's record saved the album. Them 21 Savage shits is fucking ass.
No, he talking about the last actual album. I think it's Certified Lover Boy.
Then it would be Certified Lover Boy.
See, I'm thinking he supposed to have Kendrick Cousin on one of those songs, him and Travis Scott, but he took that features off and just had him on the song. Because he found out, yeah.
What record would fit Keem on Certified Lover Boy?
He found out that that was Kendrick Cousin, and he felt like he got bamboozled for giving him, because he was.
How the fuck did he not know? That was the whole thing behind it. Like, this Kendrick little cousin.
Before they dropped that album, that song together, he had a couple tracks that was already out. The Orange Soda joint. He was hyping him up. So, this guy right here, nice and so like, you know how he do with his little Drake tax and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Try to jump on something that's hot. And he didn't know that was Kendrick Cousin before then. And then when he
That's crazy. If he didn't like that was widely known. That was wild even before they did that record together. That was known. Like he literally was like he was like, nigga, I was literally just sitting around doing my little raps and shit, and Kendrick was about to go on tour, and he said, grab your shit, nigga, you coming with me. And he was like, this your bunk, nigga, you sleep here, you can go to the studio when I go to the studio. He was like, and like, as your cousin, the nigga should look out. He should look out. But that's, if Drake didn't know that, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because I thought that was widely known. So even before Keem really, really popped. That's really crazy.
They had the album, well, not the album, the song, with it, Family Ties.
Family Ties. That's when a lot of people found out.
At the end, Keem said, number 2 DMing my bitch. I don't even ask why. They say he was talking about Drake then. Said when Drake find out, you know how he slide on niggas girl DMs and shit. You know how he do.
And that's one of the nigga biggest problems. You can't just like, first of all, stay off the internet doing goofy shit. That shit he said to Ebro when they ended the Ebro morning show at Hot 97. That shit was goofy. Die slower, pussy. We got something for you. Nigga, you got punched by Puff and dislocated your shoulder. You have nothing for me. You had to have your man's punch on Detail because Detail didn't want to sign a deal to be your exclusive producer. Certain niggas with money are just bad. Like that nigga, he's probably one nigga that should not have been handed that much money. Because the nigga forgot who the fuck he really was. He's like, come on, bro. Like, that's insane. Hubris, like, that's why he's in the situation he's in now. No nigga can clearly, you made a song using AI saying, talk about him liking little girls. And then the nigga talked about you liking little girls. And now, this is bullshit. How can y'all let him do this? What? Nigga, you told me to say.
Hit. He didn't think it, that's the problem. He didn't think it was going to hit. Yeah. And that shit landed.
And he saw what them memes did to Meek when them niggas went at it. And he thought that was going to be Meek part 2. The difference is this. I'm not here to shit on Meek. Meek is a rapper. Meek is a spitter. Meek is the heart of the streets. But it's a difference between... And it's a difference between what that nigga Kendrick does versus what Meek does. That nigga Kendrick will pull you apart, dissect you, and tell you everything wrong with yourself. Niggas talk about not like us. Meet the Grams is some of the most disturbing shit I've ever heard. A nigga start talking, you rap to me, my kid, my mom, and my dad? Where are you at? Send the location, nigga. Where are you? Where the fuck are you? Bro, he had no choice. He came out with that weak ass Heart Part 6. He had to say something. And he threw in the towel and that shit. And these motherfuckers, real niggas know Drake won. No nigga that sues in a rap battle wins. I don't know where y'all niggas got. These young niggas who watch niggas like Ben the Don and Plaque Boy Max and these niggas are complete morons. And because Drake refuses to grow the fuck up, that nigga will be 40 in October. And he's still running around acting like he's 20. And that's why he's in the position he's in. Because you listening to these kids tell you, Lotto, Drake the GOAT. For you, maybe Lotto, maybe the fuck he is. You was also fucking a married man and now you pregnant by him.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Bitch, you're stupid too. Trying to hide that nigga like niggas don't know what his tattoos look like. Fuck out of here. We knew you was fucking the nigga. Cut it out. I can't believe hip hop is in this place. And I can't believe that nigga Maul, he's one I would love to talk to because the one person Maul will never put Drake above is that nigga Hove. And I get it, because you were there. When niggas, Jay don't write. Maul can attest to that shit. That nigga Jay get to mumbling and go in the booth and lay out a whole record. Maul can attest to the shit. You say Hove is the greatest, and you were there. And we all feel like Hove is the greatest. And we weren't there. You can flat out say, Maul, do you think anybody's better than Drake? Hove? But you had no problem after the nigga got up there at the Super Bowl and performed Not Like Us. Your man's amended the lawsuit to include Rock Nation. You got no problem with your man suing Hove? Because last time I checked, Hove was the founder and CEO of Roc Nation, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Marl ain't got no problem with that shit. That's crazy. A nigga, there's no way a nigga could come to me like, I'm about to sue Sterl. You good? No, I'm not good, nigga. I'll punch you in your fucking face. Are you crazy? You not suing my fucking family. You think we gonna be cool and you suing this nigga? You lucky I don't choke you. Fuck out of here. That's crazy. It's fucking insane, dog. All these niggas are nuts, man. But niggas gonna stop shitting on Cole like that. If you don't like that the nigga dropped out of the battle, that's one thing. To say that Jermaine Lamar Cole cannot rap is the most disingenuous shit I've ever heard. And for you niggas who keep thinking that just because Drake is still streaming the most, that's the back catalog. I promise you, there's not a nigga around, not a real nigga around that's streaming for all the dogs. Nobody is. That album was terrible. And also a nigga that flat out, he beat Pusha T. How he beat Pusha T and he sat down with Elliot and B. Dot and say that's the one battle he lost. Before the Kendrick battle. You niggas is crazy. Sick of this shit, man. At this point, I just want to hear the fucking album. I want to hear the album. I want to see what he says. Because they said that he apparently had some joints for the club, for the album. And he pushed them shits to the side and he's supposed to do nothing but give bars on this album. And I cannot fathom what an album of Drake doing nothing but rapping sounds like. No Kia.
But the only bad part about it is we was asking for that 10 years ago.
For the longest time.
And he would not give it to us. Don't give it to us now where the shit's watered down and tainted. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose that fight.
You know what I want to hear from Drake? I said this earlier on my Patreon. I want to hear, I don't care, T minus, Boy Wonder, whoever the fuck makes the beat. I want that beat to get in the 40's hands and 40 go to work like a mad scientist and put that lo-fi shit on it, that shit that sound like it's underwater. And then I want Drake to go grab Hush and be like, yo, I need something, pin me something, and then get in the booth. I want Heartbreak Drake. I want So Far Gone Drake. I want Take Care Drake. I don't know if I want to hear you try to bar niggas down at this point. I'm a listen, but I can't believe it, bro. There's a whole album's worth of material that are reference tracks. That means there's other shit we know you didn't write. Meek wasn't wrong. You gave me a verse somebody else wrote, nigga, but you run around talking about you the best. I always tell niggas, right message, wrong messenger. Meek probably wasn't the right messenger. Because he was high as fuck on lean at the time. Meek was high and out of his fucking mind at the time. Right message, wrong messenger. And we let the nigga get away with the shit then. The nigga, like, Flex is the wildest nigga. The nigga tried to get you fired. And now you riding Drake coattails. What the fuck is you on? You gotta be getting paid.
A lot on me. I don't know. DJ Academic. I don't know what the hell he got going on. He right there.
Well, the thing about Ak is this, right? I can't stand that nigga. But for them, Ak is the first. You got to remember, Blackboy Max, Ben the Don, a lot of them niggas don't exist without Ak. Ak was the first nigga to really manipulate that streamer space. For niggas to just sit around and talk about music. Kai Cenat and I Show Speed, them niggas actually play video games on their stream sometime. Ak is the first nigga to just sit there and play records and talk about it and shit like that. That nigga has often said Drake is his GOAT. But sometimes, there were times where Ak was like, oh shit, when he heard First Person Shooter, he was like, yo, I think my GOAT just got washed. Cole wrapped that nigga Drake the fuck up in that record. It wasn't even close.
Not close at all.
It wasn't, the nigga Drake, big as the what? Big as the what? Nigga, how many bars did you just waste on that bullshit? Now you want to give us an album full of bars. Where was this album when we wanted this? Like, I get it. You the guy who make the joints for the girls, for the summer. You make the joints for the Instagram captions. A nigga said like all them, and the craziest part, niggas from New York, where if nowhere else on earth should your pen be mightier than the motherfucking sword, it's in New York City, the birthplace of motherfucking hip hop. And fuck that, Philly too. Gilly a funny nigga running behind that nigga. I get it. Drake showed love when your son died. But come on, man. No, niggas ain't out rapping Drake. Niggas ain't out rapping Drake. You niggas forgot what rap is?
He a singer, man. My eyes.
He's an entertainer. Dog. I will never sit up here and tell you I was not riding around bumping Nelly shit. Because Nelly made joints. But I'll never sit here and tell you that Nelly's one of the greatest rappers to ever live. I'll tell you that Nelly's one of the greatest entertainers in hip-hop history for sure. I'll give you that. Nobody ever said Biz Markie had bars, but Biz Markie was an entertaining nigga.
Right.
There's levels to this shit. These kids just don't fundamentally understand what true hip-hop is. And that's fine, but that's why we do need subgenres. Under rock and roll, you had heavy metal, you had alternative rock, you had emo bands. It might be time for hip-hop to have that. It really might be time. Because you can't put everybody in the same category. And we're the only culture where that happens. But you're right. We were asking for him to rap and do nothing but rap for years. And now you want to do it. But you also got on YouTube, what did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Come on, dog. Then you got 100 fucking guns pointed at you. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Do you not understand? Like, read the fucking room. What did I miss? What did I miss? Then niggas line ish. Nah, that joint go. That the other one he did with old boy. Which one? Pick one. Dun, 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 dun. The shit he did with Central C. Nah, that shit'll go in the club. Ish, come on, dog. You niggas are crazy.
Ish was getting paid too.
He better be on the OVO payroll. He better be. Cause I'm the type of nigga, Ish thought them motherfuckers when Not Like Us came out. I'll never forget. All them motherfuckers up, crip walking, Ish just sitting there stupid like this. I ain't feeling it, yo. I don't know, dog. Drake put money in a lot of niggas' pockets. Okay. All right. A lot of niggas came up off Drake. Y'all niggas don't understand that y'all were being used. He used y'all niggas for street cred.
That is a fact.
That Drake stimulus package ain't hitting the way it used to. What was the last big record that Drake featured on for somebody else? That's how long it's been. That's how long niggas really got to stop and think about it. That's how long it's been. The last
one, it didn't hit for us. It wasn't for us, but it was that what's the old girl name from the crib?
Oh, what Sexy Red?
Sexy Red.
Sexy Red. Yeah, it was that bullshit.
But that was his record. Rich Baby Daddy, that was his record. That's from all the dogs. That's his record.
I thought you were talking about the one he rapped on BBL.
Or the one, yeah, where they flipped the BBL Drizzy shit.
Yeah, that shit.
That shit didn't really hit.
Oh, it hit for the little thotties in the club.
For the thotties, yeah, but that shit didn't do like crazy numbers. I'm trying to think of the last big record that Drake gave somebody, and it's really missing me at this point. It's been a minute. It really has.
When wasn't the last Meek Mill record he was on?
That nigga might be right.
That might be it. And that was bro, you talking about the joint he did on Championships that the one where Meek said he wanted Lori Harvey. That shit was the year the Blues won the Stanley Cup, nigga. And that was 2019. Because you got to remember, we had the pandemic right after that.
Damn.
That's how long it's been since Drake gave somebody a big record. So everybody acting like this the Drake stimulus package. Dog, we are half a decade since he gave somebody a bona fide #1 record. And
Damn.
niggas still running around praising him. You see what I'm saying? That's why, look, I'm at the point in my life where I'm going to flat out tell you, everybody does not deserve a forum. Everybody does not deserve the chance to speak because we get too many fucking morons talking that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. He did more for UMG than UMG did for him. Nigga, do you know how many artists are signed to Universal Music Group? Drake has generated a lot of revenue for UMG. They still got Taylor Swift. Like, don't even mention Kendrick. Do you know how many other artists, like, outside of hip-hop are signed to Universal? Universal distributes Def Jam last time I checked. Ever heard of a nigga named Justin Bieber? The Universal roster is stacked. Drake has generated a lot of revenue for that building. I would never sit here and tell that lie. But to say he's done more for them than they did for him, that's crazy and disingenuous as well.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to hear this shit about the label did this to me. The label gave you $400 million. You agreed to them terms. You agreed to that slave ass deal. And that might have been like
albums every year, right?
Yes, because that was the terms of the deal. He literally Scorpion came out June of 2018. And because it was a double album, it satisfied his deal with Cash Money. Then he signed that deal with Universal, right? So then we got Dark Lane demo tapes because he had to push, and then he hurt himself. He hurt his knee or his shoulder or something, and he had to push Certified Lover Boy back. We got CLB. They said that shit didn't hit. Then remember, he did the house music album where he really only rapped on one track. The last shit that the shit would a beat change with, like, he was killing that shit, and then you changed the beat and 21 Savage came on with that bullshit. He did that one. Then Her Loss came out that fall. Then For All the Dogs came like right behind it.
And then you got to remember that nigga was on tour literally damn near that whole run.
Every time you turned around, he was on fucking tour. He did that to himself. He spread himself way too thin. You can't, dog. You gonna put out an album that much, and you have to stop and live.
And we
life
still
and
overlooking that.
things.
We still overlooking the album he just did with the last album that he just did with Party.
Yeah.
Because that was the one that was supposed to finish it. Yeah.
So from 2018, Scorpion, then we got Dark Lane demo tapes, CLB, Honestly Nevermind is the house music joint, Her Loss, For All the Dogs, Some Sexy Songs for You. That's 6 projects.
It's crazy how
and wait, he doubled back. He also did Scary Hours Part 2. Because that's the last joint him and Ross did together, the Lemon Pepper freestyle. Then he did Scary Hours Part 3 to add on to For All the Dogs because everybody said it was terrible.
Yep. So he added them 4 extra rap records.
He's oversaturated the market, bro.
Right. And then you know what's crazy? Joe Budden predicted that album, the last one that just came out.
He said all this shit. Joe was the first one to say, he was like, I've heard Drake is in a really bad deal. He took the money, but he took it under bad terms. Because then that DM leaked when him and Johnny Blaze started talking again. He was like, I'm going to come see you, but they got me in a slave deal. I got to tour and put out music. And it was like he was saying it on some joke and ha-ha shit, but that deal really kind of looks like a slave deal. Because the amount of time he spent overseas on tour was insane. This is insane, bro. Like, just drop the album at this fucking point. And I don't, and at this point, you backed yourself into a corner again. Because when we leading up to Some Sexy Songs for You, I was like, wait a minute, like, how the fuck is this going? You suing the label? I didn't think that shit was gonna come to streaming platforms. That's why I bought it directly from the OVO website. And they was like, no, it is on Apple Music and shit.
Yeah, they was not gonna fuck up their money.
Right. Well, here we go again. The case gets dismissed and you appeal it. So now we right back into the shit and you about to drop a project. What the hell do you think is gonna happen to this album now?
Nothing. And once he turns that motherfucker in, they gonna put that bitch out to try to turn a profit. Simple as that. It ain't held up because of them. It's held up because of that nigga. That's all that is. They not stopping that album. We could be calling each other bitches and hoes on the timeline. When you turn that motherfucking album in, nigga, we getting our bread. Simple as that. So
I don't know, man. I feel like we should do well. I don't know if we can because we would get a copyright strike if we tried to play the album.
On what?
Like if we did a live stream or something on YouTube or something like that.
You ain't gonna be able to do
that. Yeah, they're only gonna lift the ban for like we don't have the following yet that we would need for them to be like, we'll remove the ban. And unfortunately,
we just gonna have to listen to it. We're gonna have to force listen to it and then do a surprise thing.
Yeah, we've also been very critical of him, so he's definitely not gonna remove the ban for us. Like you can tell, like him and Kendrick, they both during the battle when they was dropping them records, they would tell Universal remove the copyright strikes, clear every video. That's why all those content creators made a ton of money when them niggas was beefing. Them niggas made a lot of money. Screwface Gene, a bunch of them niggas made. What's homeboy? He's basically the analyst for URL. He be with Nunu. Yeah, he made a good amount of money on his YouTube channel during that shit. Yeah, this album's going. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know at this point. We can all agree. I didn't really care for Hotline Bling, but that was one of the biggest records the year it came out.
He put
Nokia is objectively, in my opinion, a better song than Hotline Bling, and it came and went.
He put Screwface in the paperwork. In
the fucking paperwork, yeah. Nothing he's done since that battle has worked. You put out the 100 gigs, UMG was like, take that shit down. You bought the fake fucking Pac Death Row chain, and niggas came out like Suge was like, look, nigga, I can get you the real joint, but I'm here to tell you that one is fake. Motherfuckers, y'all Kendrick dick riders. Drake's got Tupac's chain, and now you're mad. And then Suge has to say, the chain is fake. The chain is fake. I can get you a real one. That he was like, Drake, my nigga, holla at me. I get you the real one. That one you have is not real. Y'all are assholes. You just want to, because you know he would have one up on Kendrick because he's got Pac's chain. If Kendrick really loved Pac, he'd have the chain.
The chain looked
dog
fake.
Like, what are we doing? It was fake.
It looked fake. It looked real.
Any nigga that was around during the Death Row era, and make no mistake, Death Row were the first niggas to rock their logo on a medallion. Tell me I'm wrong. It was Death Row.
Oh no, that's a fact. Then that was a fact.
It was Death Row, then No Limit, then Cash Money, and then Rockefeller.
Yeah.
And then a few niggas in Rough Riders had the double R chain. But Death Row was the first.
I think some Bad Boy links came out before the double R.
Them niggas all rock Jesus pieces because Big was the first one with the iced out Jesus piece.
Jesus piece, yeah, you're right.
Everybody in Mace had one, Puff had one, Big had one. Everybody in Bad Boy had an iced out Jesus piece. Even G-Dep might have had one. Shit, I don't fucking know. But Death Row was the first niggas to wear the logo on the chain. Anybody who's really, really down with hip hop knows what the Death Row chain looked like. When they showed that shit, I was like, that is fake. You don't know nothing. Nigga, I was alive in 1996. I was 14. I know what the Death Row medallion looks like. That chain was fake as fuck. Drake dumbass paid for it anyway.
Got his ass.
Got his ass good.
He didn't give a fuck. He probably ain't pay no real money for it. No way.
Who knows? Again, but come on. If you wanted Pac's chain, you had all these years to get that shit.
Like, he didn't want that shit. He wanted the clout that came with it to post it. That's all that shit was.
And he wanted a one up on Kendrick. That's what that shit was about. That's what that shit was about. I'm over this shit, bro. He's never gonna go back to humble Drake. That's never gonna happen. And I'm not wishing for that. But all I want It's still 40 is still getting executive producer credits on these albums. It's apparently he's mixing a couple of tracks, whatever. I need to hear 40 put some lo-fi shit on a T-minus beat or something. And you need to get back in the book. You need to get back in the studio with Hush. I don't know what the fuck is going on with you and Hush, but Hush was by far Drake's best writer. It's not even close. You putting out records that Yachty wrote for you. A nigga that objectively cannot rap is writing records for you. How the fuck does that work?
I don't understand that and never will, but I mean, it is what it is. Well, I know how it works. I know what he's doing. He's not trying to appeal to us anymore. He's trying to appeal to the 21 to the 15-year-old crowd
who don't know shit about hip hop, so they're still going to think that he's the king.
That's all it is.
I just that shit is crazy.
And they're not going to be as critical of him as we are.
As we are, because we're true hip hop fans.
We've seen the fall off. So there you go.
Hey, that's the name of J. Cole album, man.
Yeah, now that's the funny part. Everybody's saying Cole fell off, but if anybody fell off, it's Drake. Like, the GNX is probably one of Kendrick's best albums. And everybody's like, he definitely gonna put Not Like Us on there. That nigga put out a crazy album and did not put that diss record on there.
He didn't put none of them on there.
No, not a single one of those Drake disses made GNX. It would have thrown the project.
The beef. I don't even think
he did. And on Whacked Out Murals, he said, "I never piece it up. That shit don't sit well with me. Before I take a truce, I take him to hell with me." That's the only time he addressed that shit.
He got that out the way, and then
yeah, he addressed everything on the very first song. That shit, how everybody said he didn't deserve the Super Bowl, and how he did Wayne dirty. How the fuck I do Wayne dirty? Just like Jay said, I picked the guy that had a great year. What the fuck do I care if they don't like each other? And Jay was right. That shit did not start that year. He was like, it was just like me and Nas. It didn't start at Takeover. That should have been bubbling for a while. And it had to come to a fucking head. The thing that Drake did not learn, of all the shit Drake talked about learning from Hov early in his career, the one thing he did not learn was how to move. Because Jay literally apologized.
He told him in the record, that's not my style. I'm going straight at niggas and this and that. He told him in the record he wasn't going to listen. And it bit you in that.
Stupid nigga. Stupid. Because this nigga, Hov dead ass apologized because his mother made him apologize for Super Ugly. He went away for a minute and came back and he was still Jay-Z. Now, like Hov said, Nas definitely got me, but I woke him up. It was beneficial for his career. I don't know, man. We got to wrap this up before the second game starts. I guess we gonna figure out. We don't have a release date for Iceman, but we gonna do something. Maybe we just. I tell you what, we'll get in our Discord and we'll play the album and do live reactions. If y'all want to jump in our Discord, we will put the Discord link in the episode.
There we go. I'm with that. I'm with that.
And if y'all are interested, we as a community will listen to the album together. We'll listen to it together because we can't post it because we'll get a copyright strike. But as a community, we will listen to the album together. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. That's all we got. We will see y'all next week. Everybody send light and love to Jasmine. I'm sure she appreciates it.
Rest up.
Final Four Saturday, so we gonna get to these games. Y'all be good. I'm Derek. That's Sterl, and that's Kobe. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace.